Arr. I probably should not be awake right now, but we are. So, fuck it. That's how I feel. Oh. How I feel is a fuck it night, and just saying, well, fuck it. That's literally how tonight is like, is a fuck it night. At this point, I think I'm probably just gonna attempt to sober up, if anything. I mean, I have beers left over here, but I mean, I don't know if I even want them. I don't even know if I want them now. I'm home, I'm chilling, and I don't know if I want, the alcohol in this anymore. I think I'm done for tonight. So we're just gonna be chilling here, just like hanging out or something. That's pretty much like, the forte of what's happening here. I mean, there's an off chance I might say fucking and crack one of these bad boys open, but I mean, at this point, I'm probably good. I'm just like, I'm home now, and it's like, oof. The idea of just like getting like extra lit seems a little too intense, but except for weed, the weed aspect of getting lit sounds fun, but alcohol, the alcohol side of things. I think I'm good for the rest of the night. I think. Pretty sure. I was hanging out at the bar tonight, at least, the karaoke bar I go to, and there was, surprisingly, an impromptu karaoke, and I just had to do at least a few. Then I hung out at the bonfire with the homies, and that was pretty lit, so it's like, this Halloween tonight for me was, like, all over the place for, especially, but just popping pretty much like in every step of the whole direction. Outside of the last, like, 30 minutes. Like, having to walk home and then sober up slowly here, as I'm doing right now, kind of sucks, but that's why I'm debating on whether having this, and considering the fact of the can size, I'm not really, 6.7 ABV. Yeah, I think yeah. I think I'm just gonna say that tomorrow. I think it's gonna be for tomorrow. That sounds like a oof to me personally. Just like, yeah, let me just have like, 7 ABV like right now before I go to bed. It's like, doesn't sound fun. So, I think I'm just gonna sober up for the rest of the night. Just hang out here for like an hour, give or take, and just kind of chill and all that fun shit. So, I just need to get this bowl loaded up. Hell, get it all like, gathered together here, so it's not just like scattered all over my fucking tray, because it's always annoying. There we go, bada bing, bada boom. Sweet. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, I know for Friday or Saturday, one of those 2 days, I'm definitely gonna, like, rock out, the karaoke night looking like this again. Like, I mean, I just don't know if it's going to be, like, a Friday or a Saturday. I'm still kind of debating that a little bit in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna do a karaoke stream at, at the bar, and I don't know if I want it to be a Friday or a Saturday. Because if I do, I'm looking like this, and I'm going to be doing a strict Ailstorm karaoke session. Because I was doing that pretty much tonight, and I'm going to do that again. Like, this is pretty much my, like, weekend right there. So, happy Harvest Day. Those root beer brownies fucking smashed, man. Dude, the way you described those root beer brownies sound like they fucking smashed. They sounded like they were amazing. I kind of want some right now, to be honest with you. I've been thinking about it in my head, like, those root beer brownies that Rose mentioned, goddamn, that would be so good. Like, I was thinking that, like, in the back of my mind for, like, the last, like, 3 hours. You finish the entire tray of them? Almost an entire tray? God damn. Woo! Oh, doggies. Oh, shit, son. That's a challenge right there. You fucking, like, nearly completed a full fucking challenge right there, honestly, son. Like, holy shit. It's impressive shit right there, I tell you what. Fucking damn it. Do I have to do this, like, every fucking time before I, like, fucking smoke a bowl? Just get some brownie mix instead of water and add, like, half a cup of root beer. That seems like, you know, what I feel like, you know, what would have been a substitute. Instead of water, root beer. It was wild, as Peyton would say. Nice. You know, one of these days, we need to do, like, a live stream where we, like, you know, experiment with some shit and just, like, realize how awesome that shit is. We need to do some stuff like that, you know, one day. Fortunately, Duffy's, like, they only do chicken tenders and fucking fish chips. So, food-wise, we can't do shit like that over there. If we happen to do a karaoke stream over there. But, I know there's a few crazy-ass drinks that I've learned about. Because there's something called, like the pungent marijuana or something like that. It's basically like an AMF, like, when it comes to mixed drink. It's like, liqueur Masao, coconut rum, and, like, 2 other, like, liquors, and it is fucking ridiculously fruity. I took a sip of it earlier today, and I was like, holy shit, I kind of want something like this. This tastes amazing. So, I need to find out what the name of it is specifically for the drink that he got, because, goddamn. Like, I mean, I think for Friday, you know, when I go back to do some karaoke looking like a goddamn pirate like I am right now, I think I'm going to be doing some strict, like, rum and, like, tequila, rum and cokes or some shit like that, and, whatever those were. Because, I mean, I want to kind of at least be thematic, you know, with my evening. At least, you know, for my weekend. And, I'm taking advantage of my fucking fit, so... I mean, the early half of the November, you know, year is gonna also be piracy. At least, you know, to my, to the bar that I go to. This thing's just fucking disturbing. Wait, what is this? Wait, hold on. Let me split screen this and all that shit. So I can at least kind of, like, look at it without it being a fucking weirdo or whatever the fuck. And blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. Not post this month. Shit's hard, but it's rewarding work. I mean, the very few times that I ever post, pretty much just basically on Reddit, and I get punched for it. Last time I post anything on there was, like, I was suspended for, like, a week, so... I get punched for my shit, so... I don't know whatever fucking magic touch you got, but it ain't what I have. I get banned if I, like, you know, say pretty much anything, but I guess for you, I mean, it's all good shit, it's all good. Hey! What's up, dude? Like, seriously. What are you doing? Knock it off. Fucking hell. Ugh. Kind of fucking, like, bump up the goddamn dog and fucking dropping everything because he's, like, whining over nothing. Like, chill out, bro. Fuck. Everything okay? No, like, the dog was, like, whining over nothing. It was, like, literally staring at me like, eh. I had to, like, you know, fucking go up to him and be like, what the fuck is up? And now he's wandering off and doing his own thing. I don't know. Like, doggo's being weird. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I mean, what are you being like, and just staring at me for? Like, I mean, seriously, you got water, you got food, you're fine. Fucking freak, dude. I mean, I think he was just doing that for attention. I think he was just being a weird little attention whore. Fucking little goober. Hey! What is this shit that you're doing, bro? Get over here. Sit. There you go. That's fine. Whatever. He's a fucking weirdo, dude. If you go over there and start whining and fucking being a weirdo again, I'm not gonna be happy, bro. There's no reason for you to be acting like that way, and you want to be like, and whatever. It's like, no, there's no reason for it. So, chill out, bro. Fuck. I was just eating food. What was your deal earlier then, bro? If you wanted just fucking food, you had it right there. If I was... Oh my god, whatever. This dog honestly kind of like, you know, irks me sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie. Because, like, he will do these weird little things and make it seem like it's a bigger deal than it is, and all he wants is, like, food or something. And it's already there for him. It's like, what the fuck? Is there like something where you just have to have the intention, you know, or something? I don't know. I mean, for a dog, he really is kind of weird. I mean, his behavior isn't like the usual typical behavior for a dog. I mean, it just really isn't. Like, if he wants something, like, he doesn't always, like, want it immediately. Like, he would just, like, wander off, and then when he absolutely needs it, like, the last second, he will, like, go up to it and, like, start doing shit like that. Like, he will start pawing at things like that and shit. Like, I mean, you hear it in the background. Like, he's weird like that. And he would, like, you know, come over here and be like, you know, doing things like that, even though he's just staring at me, you know, wanting something. It's like, what, you want food? Because you have it over there. Because he's eating it right now. I mean, you want water? Because it's right there, too. It's like, what the fuck you want, bro? It's like, what, you want to be held like a little baby? Or something? Like, I mean, I don't know. It's like, what the fuck, dog? It's like, you make these weird little noises and these things that you want, but you never communicate it properly. And I guess when you want to, it's already there. So how's that even make sense? If you want something that you need, if it's already there, you don't need to whine at me for it. Like, holy shit. Or bark endlessly. Like, he does this all the fucking time, and honestly kind of annoys me a little bit. Because, I spoil the fuck out of this little prick. He's spoiled. Like, legitimately spoiled. And for some fucking ungodly reason, he wants to freak the fuck out because, like, his food bowl is, like, half empty, and he just, like, literally destroyed every tiny little kibble left in that food bowl. There's nothing left in there. And it's like, dude, you had that there for you. It was ready for you to just consume. He had to freak out on me or something? To, I don't know, acknowledge it existed? Like, seriously? Fuck. What do I do with him? Like, seriously, what do I do with this little fuck? Like, I try to make it so he's all cool and Gucci, but, like, no, he has to, like, come up to me and be like, hey, bro, what's up, bro? Hey. Like, he'll literally do that to me. Or, like, you know, bark at me endlessly. Or just, like, be sassy over some fucking noise in the background. It's like, what do you want, bro? It's like, what the fuck do you want? I give you everything, and you still beg. Little prick. Drives me nuts. I swear, I'm probably going to go insane over this little fucker. I thought it was helping my mental health, but now I think it's now, like, reversing. It's going to destroy it now. Prick. You work hard all days is wide. I mean, low-key, though. I bust my ass at work to make sure he gets fucking food kibble in his bowl. And when he does, or barf, you know, at like some noise outside or some shit. Or literally like do shit like that over and over again. I just flipped on my fucking goddamn tray and just like got weed all over my goddamn jacket. That's great. That's awesome. But, you know, like, you know, basically that. I mean, you know, so it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, doggo? It's like, cause crazy insanity for me, and it's like, boo. It's gonna act like a spoiled shit. And the funny thing is, I don't even spoil him that much. Like, I'll give him, like, some kibble, like, at least in the sense of, like, some treats and shit like that, but, like, he doesn't even get spoiled that much. He only gets spoiled at, like, at the end of the night when I, like, bring home some meat and stuff like that. Maybe that's it. He's so used to maybe, like, at the end of the night that I just, like, you just said you did. Well, look, I mean, I say that, but I'm not literally, like, fucking feeding him goddamn, like, crazy shit all the time. Like, I mean, when I say I spoil him, I give him, like, rice, from my work, or, like, some sliced meat or something, from my work and shit. And usually that is, like, a nightly thing, and maybe that might be it. You know what? I mean, like, that's probably on my ass. I mean, for sure. Cats are chill. I would never trade Zuko. Oh. Did an attempt to say that I should trade Zukov, was that just made? Oh. There ain't no, There ain't no way. There ain't no way. He's too much of a sweet boy. He's too sweet. He's too cute. Like, what? What? It's like, that ain't gonna happen. There ain't no way I'm gonna, like, give his ass up. I would die for that motherfucker. Sukov already thinks he's a cat. So you at wit's end with him. I'm not. Look. Okay, look, let me just be very fucking clear. I'm not at wit's end with him. He, is an enigma, but I love his little ass. Like, there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to get rid of him. Like, I mean, he's a little enigma, but, I mean, that's mostly because, like, he just wants attention. A lot. I mean, and sometimes it's like, like, I have the ability to give that to him, and sometimes I don't. The thing is, though, like, he's had attention all day today. So, I mean, if anything, given enough time, he's just gonna pass out and just sleep. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's doing that right now. I'm pretty sure he's actually, getting himself, chilling for a nap. Sounds like it, at least. I mean, like, because honestly, like, there's just aspects of his behavior that I'm still kind of confused with. In a sense of just, like, how do you act like this, you weirdo? Like, him begging or, like, whining for something, even though he doesn't really need anything. Like, I mean, it's not a wit's end. It's just more of, like, a confusion of, like, why do you act like this? Like, you little spoiled brat. Like, you're not gonna get, like, every little thing just because you go, like, or some shit, at me. Like, that, like, you're not gonna get everything. I mean, that's just really what it is. Like, I think, in a way, like, he thinks that because, like, I will respond to him if he yawns or, like, whines at me or something, that I'm going to give him a treat, because I will do that sometimes. I mean, like, I don't do it all the time, though, but I think there's some element of him that really thinks that, like, oh, well, you're going to give me a treat no matter what, right? And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that, you little freak. Goofball. I sent a link that reminded me of Sukon's yawns. Wait, was it? It's a little YouTube short. What is it? Wait, hold on. Wait. Here, let me turn this on real quick. There we go. Ba-ba-boom. Being around cats made me feel entitled. I mean, for Zukov, that might weirdly be the case. Maybe Bandit, did that to him a little bit. Just a little. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, there we go. Boop. Got doggle? What's this Bernese doing? Hi, who are you? Apparently this person's live. Hi, how are you? How are you doing, random person? It looks like who's disgusted at life at the moment.
Good morning, Mother.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a Zukov yawn. Oh shit, hold on.
Good morning, Mother.
Oh, Zukov is about to barf. Or not barf, but boof. But, dude, he thought that was him, bro. He's like, who the fuck is that? Who's copying me? Oh my god. Zukov! What the fuck?
Good morning. Good morning, Mother. Good morning.
Zukov? Zukov is just like, who the fuck is that? The fuck? Zukov is just like, yo, who the fuck is this? Who's boofing?
Good morning. Did you say good morning?
Dude, Zukov ran over here. He's like, who the fuck is over here? Zukov? Hey, buddy. What's up? Like, who the fuck is over here? What dog is over here? Bruh. Oh my god, what a goofy little boy. Yo, what the hell? Really, dog? Brother from another mother? I mean, for real, though. It's like you recognize that Burmese. He's like, bruh, who the fuck is yelling me? Who's yelling my name? What a little goof. Funny enough, actually, there was like a crazy ass Onion Nuggets with like crazy videos where there's like a dog that like jumped like a fucking 5-story building or some shit. I'm just like, what the fuck? Because apparently my dog is very adamant about not having that being shown. Shut up! What the fuck, bro? See, I'm like tired of that a little bit, but I mean, I can never be tired of him. But that, I mean, I will admit, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, why, bro? Why do you do this? Why is this like a regular thing they have to just do? There a random noise is outside, and you just have to be like, over it. It's like, come on, bro. You don't have to do that for every little fucking noise outside. You don't have to do that. And here you are, just doing that. Just like, I mean, look, like I said, I don't get that much of a shit, because, I mean, if anything, I kind of poke fun at it more than anything. I'm not like that fucking over it, but, you know, he's a little dork. I mean, if anything, it just shows that Zukov is a dork. I mean, he's just a little dork ball, man. Sometimes he just acts like a dork. I mean, what can you do about that? Because he's a fucking turd. He does that sometimes because he's a turd. What are you doing now? I heard that. What are you rummaging in? What are you rummaging through? Oh, now you're silent. No, not anymore. What are you getting into? Hey, what are you getting into? Don't do that. I know what you're doing. I can't tell what you're doing over there, but I don't want you doing it. He's silent. He's silent now. He's just like, oh shit. I've been known. He knows what I'm doing. Oh shit. Here, YouTube doesn't want a full screen, so I gotta do this really quick. There we go. Okay. I think this should get us to exactly where we need to be. Yep, it does. So, excelente.
There's nothing I can do. I mean, I'm fucked anyways.
Yes, you are, Scotty. At least you admit it.
Alright. You guys ready to go out of your minds with the crazy video?
You didn't just say
Crazy.
crazy. You said this is the craziest fucking video.
The craziest of the videos.
I do not remember making that comment. I have no recollection of that.
Alright, well, this better be the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's all I'm saying. So,
Right.
this is a dog jumping off the 5th story of a building. Jesus.
Like a fucking psycho, dude.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, dog.
No.
He's about to do it, but
Why is that
don't do it,
Why
bro.
are you doing this?
Oh, shit. Oh!
And he runs off.
And he fucking jumped that shit. He fucking jumped it, and he's just like, fuck it. I'm running. I'm free, bro. He just does it, dude.
The fuck?
Doing this. Jeez.
Dude. This dog jumps,
I
bro.
don't know why he's gonna do it. Why are you doing this?
Oh! Oh my god, when I see that dog jump, it makes me freak out. It's like, oh shit, dude. Dude, he literally just like, boing, and just like, holds form the entire time. Like, it knows the objective.
Jesus.
And then, dude,
And
look at
he
this.
runs off.
Just
What
walks
the
away,
fuck?
bro. Just runs off. No fuck, dude.
That
No
dog
fuck
should be
to care.
toast.
He's fine.
Dude, that dog should be dead, bro. Like, a cat could survive that, but a dog? Like, holy shit, dude, that dog is more, like, raised with cat instincts than my fucking dog Zukov, dude. Like, Zukov would just not know what to do with, like, a 5-foot jump, let alone a 50-foot one. Like, I've had him sit on my windowsill, because he will do that sometimes, and he'll look down on the ground, and I'm like, hey, yo, I know you want to go poo. Here, I like kind of poke him a little bit, and he'll be like, no. Like, he doesn't want to, like, jump the 5 feet from my windowsill to the ground, and, like, I expect a dog to jump 50 fucking feet, and this bitch is just like, fuck it. It just, like, YOLOs it, and unscathed, hits the ground, and fucking just runs off doing its own thing unscathed. It's like, bruh. That's a bruh moment right there. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what is that dog made of? Like, adamantium?
What the fuck? Huh?
How did he do that? How did he make that happen?
Part cat, bro.
I just can't believe he did it.
Yeah, like, you can literally see this dog
He's
just
like, you know
jump.
what? I can do it.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
dog is like,
recall for
fuck
like
it, we're doing it. Boom!
3 seconds.
It just jumps. And yeah, it's like a good 3 seconds, dude. It's like,
But
Dude,
Yeah.
free falls for like 3 seconds.
boom! Dude, that dog just like fucking like just dropped. Dude, and it's so close. Dude, you can kind of see the blob right there. Like, I mean, you can kind of see where the dog landed. And it's so close to that fence. If that dog hit that fence, it would seriously be dead, bro. Like, and honestly, I'm surprised that it's not dead hitting the ground. Like, I mean, this is a crazy video, bro. This video right here would be legit crazy. The obvious choice is jump 5 stories because the cat must have been blocking the stairwell. Yeah. You know what? The cat was blocking the stairwell, and the dog had no choice but to fucking just take a leap of faith.
it's like,
Just
yeah, I'm
goes
good.
point, runs away with his tail wagging and shit.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Hey, I'm happy because I ain't got to deal with that cat in the stairwell. I can run free.
I don't know.
Dude, I think even a cat would get hurt jumping from that high. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, well, no. I mean, cats, like, they're known for, landing on their feet. No matter really, like, how high you, like, drop them, I guess. Not that you should drop them in any, like, distance, but, like, if a cat were to jump, like, 50 feet, it would land on its feet and be okay. But for a dog, though, that is insane. And for the fact that that dog just kind of, like, walked it off and just kind of, like, ran off and just was doing its own thing, I mean, that is pretty fucking crazy impressive. Hope it worked out. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it did. I mean, it seemed like the doggo was okay, and it just wandered off after making that crazy leap. So, hey, it seemed like the dog was all good.
I could see jumping that high and that far.
By the way, I'm just going to use this like a low-key proxy, you know, to just watch the rest of the crazy videos that are going on for ON. So, it's not that long anyway.
Being
so.
on the ground and just being fine.
Some time to kill.
Yeah, that was the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I've seen cat jumping from a second-story balcony. Yeah, I mean, I've seen cats, you know, jump from like, you know, 2- or 3-story balconies as well in different videos. So, yeah, like a cat can easily do that. And I mean, and there's been times where cats have, you know, fallen from higher heights than like 2- or second-story buildings and shit, and have been totally fine. You know, because, you know, they can land on their feet, and it's like, weirdly enough, like no matter what, they can pretty much like land that way, at least in the sense that like they can't really hurt themselves if they, you know, like how they land. So, I mean, like, for a cat, like, yeah, I mean, it makes way more sense for a cat to survive, like, a 5-story drop. But a dog, like, the fact that the dog literally jumped down to the ground, like, I mean, was that dog trained on that or something? Like, has that dog been trained to, like, you know, jump from, like, crazy heights or something? Because, I mean, I don't see how a dog would do that. My dog would, like, whine and freak out like a bitch, bro. If he was, like, at a 5-story building and on the edge of it and was, like, kind of forced to be on the edge of it or something like that. Not that I would do that to him. Like, but I'm just saying, like, if he was forced to literally be, like, on the edge no matter what, you know, or just jump down back to the ground in order to be free, he would freak the fuck out, and he would be like, like, he would freak out so much, bro. Like, I mean, it would be horrible. Like, but that dog did not give a fuck, dude. He was just like, nah, I'm just gonna do it. Boing! Just like, boing, and he just like, just like out there fucking doing it, dude. And unscathed, just flexed, dude. He just like flexed on all of life. Like, not just on his own species, but to humanity and to all of life. He's just like, yeah, I'll just flex on all of you. What are you gonna do about it, life? I just flexed. What are you gonna do? Fuck your ass. That's what that dog basically just said, you know, with that whole move. It's like, I just flexed on all of life. What are you gonna do about it? And there ain't nothing we can do outside of just acknowledge that it happened and just respect the fact that, you know, the motherfucker flexed. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, you just have to acknowledge and respect the flex. I don't know what to say. But on that, fucking badass dog, I tell you what. Anyway, you want to see like a weird incel be a fucking weird incel? Why do men be men, though?
Woman films man persistently hitting on her while she's trying to work.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy.
Yes, it is.
I mean, look, I've had my situations where I might have, like, you know, been a little flirty here and there, you know, maybe while they were at work or I was at work and stuff, but it's literally like, you know, a quick one comment type of thing, and if it hits, it hits, if it doesn't, it doesn't, I don't give a fuck, I just move on with my life, but whoever the fuck is going to, you know, look at this lady's, you know, like, you know, opinions or, like, comments is not going to take the hint, not going to realize that maybe you should just move the fuck on with your life. You know, he's not going to notice this, and he's not going to acknowledge that and recognize it, and it's like, oh no, oh my fucking god, this is not going to be good. It's going to be bad. Oh man. I might crack one open, honestly, and I don't want to. I'm kind of done, but the holy fuck, the fact that I'm reminding myself of this is really making me. It's really making it tempting. Just gonna put that out there. It's tempting.
Is he like super incel?
Yes.
Nice.
I can already tell. I haven't seen any of this, but I can already tell. It's gonna be incel as fuck, dude. I can already tell. I mean, when I see like the initial frame saying, why do men, and they're saying like, oh yeah, this is a guy trying to hit up a woman who's working right now, who's technically an employee for a job at the moment, it's like, yeah, no, this is going to be bad. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be just like shit all around. Like, there ain't no way to recover from this. Like, honestly. Like, oof. Especially when she publicly posts that shit. Be like, nah, I'm gonna embarrass you now.
No.
That guy asked her, that dude asked her if she was in high school. That's the first fucking thing that we see out of this video, is the dude asking her if she's in high school. Like, immediately, right off the bat, that dude is, like, literally preying on minors. Like, you can already tell. Like, he's asking if she's in high school, dude. And look, I can already tell right off the bat, she's not. She's a college woman. She's, like, probably a year or two in college. I can immediately tell right off the bat, she ain't a high schooler. She's probably, like, you know, the equivalent of, like, a sophomore in college or something. You know, and if she's not in college, then she's just a young adult. That's just what she is. Like, she ain't a fucking minor, and she's like, and this dude's first fucking weird-ass question is like, are you a high schooler? Are you jailbait? Oh. Why are you in high school? Why are you in jail? No shit. It's like, why aren't you in jail? Why are you asking a young woman if she's in high school still? That's fucking creepy as fuck. And if anything, just kind of like implies that you're preying on younger or minor, you know, girls instead of, you know, like adult women. Like, instead of like, you know, trying to hook up with an adult woman, you're trying to prey on underage high school minors. Like, when your first question is that does not imply that you're looking for a young adult woman. You're looking for a minor girl. Like, I mean, like a child. That's what you're looking for. And it's like, there ain't no way in fucking hell, bro. Like, I mean, look, if I'm trying to avoid jailbait, if I'm like at a party or at a, you know, like a concert or some shit like that, I don't ask if they're in high school. I just say, hey, you know, you want to, like, grab a beer at the bar or something like that, and just say, oh, no, I'm underage, I'll be like, nope, never mind then. Because the thing is, going to a bar, you can still be an adult, but if you're underage in the sense you can't go to a bar as a 21-year-old at that point, then that's a perfect, you know, cutoff, at least in my opinion, to be like, nope, anything below that, hands off. Because for me, like, being 26, I like to go, you know, to fucking, you know, like, you know, karaoke bars or sometimes and shit like that, right? Like, I mean, so if somebody's underage in the sense they can't go to things like that, that doesn't really necessarily make it compatible, you know, at the end of the day, at least when it comes to a relationship in that way. Obviously, you know, it differs from person to person. I'm just saying for my own personal preference, you know, but like at the end of the day, it's just like, it shows that, hey, like, I got a fucking minimum like limit here, and it's not even 18, it's 21, because I ain't trying to fucks with, like, you know, anything that's like under that, you know, like age range, because if I happen to be at a bar and I realize that my date is like 19 or something and not 21, you know, while I'm like 26, 27, one, don't look good on me, and two, like, I'm now somehow complicit in letting a minor in at a 21 and over area, and now I'm the fucking problem. Like, I ain't trying to have that shit. You know, it's like, I mean, you know, like, at the end of the day, like, I mean, you might still be an adult, but, like, I ain't trying to fucks around with that. Like, because there's still kind of a liability a little bit in that situation. It sucks. I mean, I don't necessarily like it, so to speak, but that's kind of, you know, how the rules of the game are. I mean, if I was in, like, the Netherlands or, like, the UK, it would be a different story, I suppose. Like, where if someone's 18, like, yeah, they can legally buy a beer just as much as I could. So it wouldn't be, I guess, in that sense, a big deal. But in the US, no. I ain't fucking with that at all. I ain't gonna I ain't gonna bother that shit. Even if I was like a tourist in like some other country, I wouldn't fuck around with that. That's why they call it jailbait. Like, I mean, because there are definitely people who are mature enough, so to speak, but age-wise, they ain't there yet. You know, and there's a reason why they're technically called jailbait, because, like, they might be mature, they might, for all intents and purposes, basically be an adult, but legally, they ain't there yet. So, I ain't fucking around with that. Like, it's kind of a reason why, there's, like, a certain age range where that's kind of, where that's kind of a thing. And I avoid that with a fucking 10-mile pole. Because like I said, I ain't trying to fucking, get myself in trouble or, them in trouble either. Because if they're like a 20-year-old adult or a 19-year-old adult, I ain't trying to get them in trouble either. So it's like, because if they want to go have some fun, or, whatever the fuck, at like, some party or some shit, but they technically aren't necessarily supposed to be there, I don't want to, like, inherently try to, like, get them in that type of trouble. If they do it individually on their own, that's one thing, but it's like, I ain't trying to, like, enable it, so to speak, you know what I mean? Like, if I was going to a party and I realized, like, or like, a bar or some shit, and, my partner is not of age to be there, then it's like, I ain't trying to get myself in trouble, because if I bring them there, then I'm complicit, and then I'm now at fault, and I don't want to be in that situation. Because then I would be banned or potentially, like, prohibited from going to places that I like going to. And I don't want to have that. So, I always look at what's the most minimal, like, conflict, so to speak, or at least, like, the minimal amount of risk, when it comes to, like, potentially having a partner or hanging out with people, or, like, befriending somebody to where, like, maybe we might have, little extra benefits here and there or something. Like, it's like, I'll, consider these things, but, like, I always will think in the back of my mind, like, are you actually 21? Are you, like, actually, like, an adult? Are you mature enough, to a certain, element and shit, like that, and blah, blah, blah. And if not, then it's like, I don't want anything to do with that. I know people for past 18 that still act like children. Oh, yeah, well, absolutely, dude. Dude, there are so many people who are, like, full-fledged adults that legitimately act like children. But in a sense where they don't even mature. Like, there's definitely, like, I think all people kind of, like, still have, like, this child mentality within them, so to speak, because I do, and I think, a lot of people kind of do, at least when it comes to, like, the people they're, like, the most closest comfortable with, because they can, like, be, I guess, in a sense, trusted to let your, like, whatever fucking emotions or feelings or whatever, out and shit, because it doesn't matter as much. But, like, there's, like, a certain level of just being, like, kind of, like, loosey-goosey with your emotions or, like, your feelings and stuff like that, for, like, the people that you trust the most, versus just, like, legitimately being, like, an underdeveloped, immature, childlike adult. Like, there really is a fucking difference. Because to me, like, I just like to be a silly, goosey weirdo sometimes. Like, there isn't really, like, there ain't, like, a level of, like, legitimate, underdeveloped, like, sense where I'm just, like, like, fucking throwing whatever the fuck out there, or just being, like, the most literal, immature person, or, like, acting the equivalent of, like, a 15-year-old. Like, I might have, like, my raunchy little jokes and things like that and stuff, where it's basically the equivalent of, like, 15-year-old humor and stuff, but... Yo, Sukov, what the fuck? What are you barking about right now? What could you possibly freak out right about now? What are you freaking out over? What in the fuck could you possibly be barking about right now? Shut... Get over here. Come on. Get over here. Come on. Hey. Buddy. Buddy. Hey. Oi. Why do you do this? Why do you do this sometimes? Yeah, you... Oh, now you're stretching around. Oh, my God. You stretch ball. You ball stretch. Get over here. Come here. Come on, Mr. Elastic. Get over here. It's right there for you. I'm just gonna have it right there. I ain't gonna touch it. It's just gonna be right there for you. You have to come up here for it. So, either take it or leave it, bitch. What was I even saying? This little fucker literally like, yeah, okay, whatever. Basically, okay, it's basically about just like maturity rates. Some people just say, you know, mature enough. Some people still literally act like a goddamn fucking 12-year-old. Pretty much like that. I know that much. Oh, hi, buddy. Yeah, you. Hi. Hello. Yeah, I'm poking you like this because you deserve it, okay? Dude, your muscle's so hollow. Dude, your muzzle's hollow as hell, bro. Sounds like a little drum. Oh shit, oops. Fell out of my hand, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Alright, come back. There you go. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna stop poking you with that. There you go. Little goof. Little goober.
Great opening line. Are you in high school?
Hey, you high school? What's going on?
Are you jailbait or not? That's
Jailbait.
fucking like Gearhead's creepy line from fucking Rick and Morty.
19. I think you got it. Yep.
Can you help me pick out a sticker?
Can you help finding a sticker for me, milady? Dude, oh my god. The fact there was a jump cut, I didn't even, like, realize there was gonna be a jump cut in this. That means he's been there for way longer than this video says. Oh my god. This guy's probably been there awkwardly, just, like, hanging around, trying to find an excuse to try to, like, you know, make some weird hit, like, flirtatious, like, you know, one-liner at her, dude. This guy might as well gone up to her and been like, do you want a roofie? Dude, no shit, bro. Dude, this guy might as well have just, like, done that shit. And you can tell the uncomfortable vibe that she feels, dude. I can feel how uncomfortable and distressed that she feels. Like, I feel for her. Like, I just want her to just, like, you know, be like, yo, it's all good. You're Gucci. It's like, no one's gonna hurt you. Like, I want to comfort her somehow. And there's no way for me, unfortunately. And it's just like, well, you have a weird fucking freak that is a creep and, like, trying to creep you, like, it just make you very uncomfortable. I don't know how to help you with that, but you know what, like, you want, like, I don't know, you want some Jamba Juice, and, you know, that is, like, you know, set up on the other side of the mall that you're working at, in the mall, like, shop that you're in, or some shit. I'll get you a free Jamba Juice. How about that? Like, there you go, Jamba Juice. I mean, I don't know, like, what do you want?
10.
Dude, she's just throwing herself at you. I mean, you just up.
Oh my god, this guy is just like, wait, so, like, there... What is Jamba Juice? Is that not an international chain? It's basically like a fast casual, like, smoothie chain. It makes a bunch of smoothies. Smoothies are actually pretty good, but it's basically just what it is. Never heard of it. Think it's Starbucks, but instead of coffee, it's like fruit smoothies. Like Smoothie King? Like Smoothie King? Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Like I said, like, you know, I guess like Smoothie King, or like think of Starbucks, but instead of coffee, it's all smoothies and like fruit smoothies and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much.
Keep this going.
I mean, guys, I hate to sound like a misogynist, but I know what a wet pussy looks like, alright? She is begging for it right now. She's gonna have to ring her.
Dude, her face tells me that she is just like ready to just like, you know, marry this man just immediately. Without even understanding who he is as an individual, she is just ready, bro. It's like, if you like it, if you know it, put a ring on it. If you like it, if you know it, put a ring on it. Like, that's what's going on in her head right now, bro.
You know?
I'm being very sarcastic, obviously. It's not. She's more like, you know, what would it be? Like, what's this fucking name of the song? Well, how's it go? It's fucking, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Like, that's realistically is what's going on in her head. It's like, that's what's going on in her head, truly, but, like, you know, in the weird incel's brain, it's just like, if you like it, put a ring on it, like, that's in the incel's mind. In her mind, it's, hit the road, Jack, don't you cry no more, no more, no more, no more. Like, that's what's going on in her head, and you know what, if that's the case, then, based. It's a good song, by the way. I mean, to be fair, both of them are kind of good, but, like, honestly, like, the Hit the Road Jack is way better. Way better of a song. More of a classic.
She's obviously hot to trot. I mean, she is madly in love with this guy.
They have a lemon pound cake flavor that you can taste pound cake. What kind of sorcery is that? I don't know, but holy fuck, can I have that? I want some. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Oh. Delicious. Hey. What the... A very aggressive press of the button, and you know, will help with that. There we go.
Given all the clear signals that she's super fucking interested in.
Yeah,
this dude.
really short
Her
answers.
eyes dilate with interest right away. Her cheeks are flush, you know.
I mean, everyone knows we try to have a conversation with someone when they give you super short, dismissive answers. That means they really know.
Yeah, it's because they're so nervous around you that they can't help but just give the shortest, curtest answer, you know.
You know who I picture doing this to her?
Who?
This lady got a gun, made this woman snap. She was tired of this creek's crap. Lady's got a gun. I don't know if that's how it goes, but I do vaguely remember the lyrics.
Harley Marno.
You know what? Hold on. I also want to find out what that fucking song is, because it sounds so fucking vaguely familiar to me. Lady's got a gun. Oh my god. Can we not type? Tokyo Hotel? What the fuck music video is going on here? What? There's a music video to this, and it's like, what the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna listen to that afterwards.
From fucking Tales from the Crypt, the fat guy that's all into Demi Moore.
Oh shit!
You remember that?
Oh, I know that episode. Dude, Paul did like a patron's ideology with that. I took weed, not acid. Well, pretty much same here. Like, at this point, I'm pretty sober outside of being high as fuck. So, it's just like, I mean, and this is like a whole nother level of like, what the hell? I mean, I guess, That's the actual name of the sorrel, or the sorrel. Jesus. Well, this is literally making my brain like, oh, what the fuck? It's scrambling it. What the hell? But I guess it's literally called Girl Got a Gun.
Episodes. She meets Demi Moore's like a hot chick working as a cocktail waitress. She meets this huge, fat, disgusting, pimply slob.
I'm sorry, rather than me being high as fuck. I mean, well, I feel like I have to emphasize that a little bit because, like, you know, when I get off work, sometimes I have, like, you know, the tall boys every now and then. Like, I'll have, like, you know, usually, like, one or two of those. So it's like, I mean, you know, like, I kind of feel like I have to at least emphasize that a little bit. Just be like, I'm sober in the fact that I'm not drunk right now. Or, like, buzzed or anything. I'm just high. I just am stoned. Because, I mean, honestly, like, I mean, to me, I'm such a daily smoker that, like, I mean, I can definitely get stoned. I'm stoned as fuck right now. But, like, I mean, you know, like, it's one of those things where I can adapt to pretty quickly. At least in the sense of, like, you know, being able to adjust to it fairly easily. I mean, it will definitely make me loosey-goosey, but not in the same way that, like, any other substance would. Because, you know, it's fun. It's loosey-goosey in a fun way.
Continuously hits on her. And then she finds out that she goes to some, like, fortune teller who tells her, like, you will be married and then the man will get rich.
I kind of know what he's talking about. Basically, it's just like, you know, the episode's like, you know, the lady sees a fortune teller, says, like, oh, you know, you're going to be married to a very wealthy man. He will die a tragic death and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, she never specifies that, you know, or the fortune teller never specifies that she's going to die before that happens. And he kills her, and then he dies violently by a bunch of cops shooting him. So, you know, it's like one of those, like, you know, fun little episodes where, like, a lady is trying to, like, basically, you know, gain a bunch of inheritance to be essentially like a very hyper narcissistic gold digger, and essentially literally dies for it. It's actually not a bad episode. It's actually a pretty fun one. It's a good one.
Charlie Marno, dude. I just picture Charlie Marno back there fucking spitting the riz at this little college chick.
No.
Northeast Ohio.
I guess.
Oh my god, dude.
Where's the geographic location of that?
Nothing gets a girl wet like asking her geography questions.
321.
So you like stay in the dorms there, kid?
So can I play if this points to coins he took? Oh shit, it's already there. His card is already in the reader. So he tries to, like, you know, pull out some coins and be like, hey, can I, like, play with these and, like, you know, give these to you? Oh, but I guess my debit card is already in the, like, card reader. Lol. Oh my fuck, dude. Oh my god. Dude, I can easily fucking, like, you know, do whatever he's trying to do, like, in a way that is not fucking creepy. You wanna how you wanna, like, you wanna how you can actually, like, probably, like, riz up a chick like this? Not that I would, because she says she's 19, so it's, like, already right off the bat, you know, fucking, like, I don't care. But, like, let's say, hypothetically, she's 21. It'd be like, you know, like, for me, it'd be like, you know, it would be like, hey, I think, you know, like, your bracelet, I don't know if she's wearing bracelets, but, you know, let's say she's wearing, like, you know, something. I'll be like, hey, I think, you know, what you're wearing is kind of cool. It makes you know, looks kind of cute on you and stuff like that. You know, what's her name and stuff? You know, it's like, oh, that's her name? Cool, right on. You know, it's like, oh, here's stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I owe you this. Okay, cool. You know, just, like, do my basic fucking checkout thing and be like, you know, ask, like, hey, so, like, you know, like, restaurant that you think is pretty, you know, cool that, you know, that you'd recommend or something like that. You know, I've been thinking about, you know, maybe going somewhere, you know, to eat, you know, after this, and, you know, indecisive, you know, just, like, you know, say some shit like that and be like, oh, I like it, or some shit, you know, like, you know, for the evening or whatever the fuck, you know, in the weird off chance that she might be off work that day or some shit. And if you happen to see her there again, be like, oh, hey, you know, it's like, you know, what's up? You know, it's like, you know, I'm checked out this place. Food's pretty fucking banging and stuff like that. Cool recommendation. You know, blah, 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 or whatever the fuck. Like, I mean, there's like an easy way to where you can, like, rizz up somebody, like, that might happen to be, like, you know, working retail or some shit. All you have to do is just, like, 1, act like a normal fucking human being. 2, just do your regular business that you're doing, like buying some shit. And 3, just do some basic ass small talk and just leave it at that and don't make anything extra. Just make it simple. You know, like, you don't have to try to, like, you know, be like, hey, can I have your number to have a date, blah, blah, blah. Like, just, like, you know, you can ask basic ass fucking questions about somebody or, like, you know, or some shit like that without sounding like a fucking weirdo. Like, honestly. I mean, it ain't that fucking hard. Like, all you have to do is just basically, like, you know, learn the basics of fucking small talk, even though it's dumb and I don't really like small talk, honestly. But there's value to it. There's a reason why it is a thing. And it's like, you know, and I'd argue this is probably one of those situations where it's like, hey, if you want to try to, like, you know, woo somebody at least a little bit, I mean, this is not it. I mean, honestly, it's just like, it's beyond creepy. And the first fucking question right off the bat, you know, from the beginning of the video, it's just like, are you in high school still? Like, why would you ask that? That's not a question I have in my repertoire of, like, you know, hey, should I hang out with this person? That is not a fucking question I'm thinking of. Like, so what in the fuck is that, you know, a question that you're asking for, dude? It's like, that is weird, bro. Like, I mean, like, if you're looking for someone who's young enough to maybe still be in high school, that's a red flag on your part. Like, straight up, dude. I can understand if maybe like you're 20 or like, or some shit where, you know, you can't go to bars yourself or some shit. But, like, I mean, after that point, I mean, it's a little questionable in my mind. At least a little bit. Just a little. It's like, if you're like 26 and you're dating someone who's like 18, I mean, it's not like inherently questionable in the sense of like, you know, that's like literal red flag stuff, but it is a little questionable. I mean, just a little bit. It's like, are you like coercing her to like sneak her into bars or sneak him into bars, you know, or some shit like that? Like, I mean, are you sneaking somebody into that shit, or are you doing this? Like, there's certain factors where it adds like an extra level of like questionability to it. I mean, and that's really what becomes the problem with that whole situation. So it's like, you know, to actively look for someone who's like young as fuck like that, you know, especially if you're an older adult, especially if you're 21 and over, that's just kind of questionable. That's just a little weird. I mean, just straight up. I mean, there isn't, I mean, unless you're like literally 20 or 21 or some shit, like there isn't really, at most 20, like there isn't really much of a valid excuse to me where it's just like, you know, where I can rule it off. Beyond that, it's like, it's just kind of questionable. It's like, why are you dating someone so young when you're that old? It just seems weird at a certain point.
What's your dorm room number?
Just curious.
Yeah. Any windows to the outside from your bedroom? Now, what time do you get off? What building is it in? Can I have your social security number? Last 4 digits will be fine. Last couple of addresses in case you moved recently.
Yeah, this is not gonna get better, is it?
No. Oh my god, that was like a trifecta of the literal no. Oh my god.
He's not gonna take the head.
He already hasn't.
Is both his mine? Oh, yeah.
Is this stuff I bought like mine? It's like,
I bought some stuff. I forgot. Is it mine?
yeah, the stuff I purchased, that's like mine now. You want to know my PIN?
Wait, what? Hold on, wait.
Stuff I purchased,
You want to know my pin? What? Like to your card?
like mine now. You want to know my PIN?
Man, I've never seen more chemistry. But
Yeah, the chemistry of her being beyond uncomfortable and awkward as fuck, and this dude trying to raise her up. Oh yeah, the chemistry is so strong right now. Oh my god, I could just feel her just like oozing lust over this man right now.
Two people.
Oozing it.
Than this right here.
Yeah, I can't believe the level of fucking dumb you have to be to keep trying at this point. Like,
Oh, he knows. He knows. He knows.
how do you? I mean, you gotta know it's over by now, right? Like, you have mission failed.
Mission failed. We'll get him next
Somewhere
time.
else.
Yeah, this guy doesn't
Nope.
care. He's just hoping desperately if he keeps talking that someone.
All the chemistry of lemon juice squeezing into acid burns. Oh my god.
Talking, she's suddenly just gonna. There's gonna be something that snaps in her brain. Like, wait a minute. This is a charming, good-looking guy.
You know what? Yeah, this guy's actually pretty good, I say.
This is not how it's done, by the way.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think anyone thinks this is how it's done. Well, this guy, I guess, does.
He wouldn't take his car to the machine. I can hear it. I hear the machine literally beep 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 beep. Like our machine does it too. Like when it comes to our registers, it does the same thing. If like it says, hey, you can remove your card and you don't remove it, it will literally just go beep beep. Like it will just beep at you until you do. And I'm not even gonna lie, there are so many fucking people. I'm not even gonna lie, most of them are old, that don't realize that, hey, after you put it in there and you do your whole shebang, you remove it. Like, and they sit there after it beeps at them like a dozen times, and it's like, oh, remove. It's like, it's been asking you that for like 20 seconds now. Like, I mean, I can understand if you didn't maybe hear, like, or, like, realize it in the first couple beeps. But, like, after, like, 20 plus seconds of it beeping at you, it's like, bruh. And I've been hearing that thing beep for a minute, at least when they, continue to play the video. This dude is purposely leaving it there so he can try to prolong his weird interaction with her. And she doesn't want anything. Like, I could look at her and she's just like, fuck off. I don't want anything to do with you. I literally want to be, like, on my phone and, like, look at, like, a TikTok or something. Like, she does not want anything to do with what this interaction is about. She just wants to be done. She's just, like, over it. She don't give a shit. She's just doing her job because she gets paid for it. I mean, like, I could just see it, feel it, sense it. It's just all there. Like, she don't give fuck one. Even I feel like, I don't want anything to do with her. Because she's just like, nah, I'm doing my job, fuck off. Like, she's so gung-ho about that. Even I, as a third party, am sitting here like, okay, alright, you don't want nothing to do with anybody right now. Like, I'm just like, okay. Like, she doesn't want to talk to fuck all right now. Like, I don't even think she wants to talk to a goddamn animate object, as far as I'm concerned at the moment. Like, she just wants to, like, be paid, get her job done, and just, like, go home and, like, eat some top ramen or some shit. Like, she don't give a fuck, bro.
Want your receipt? Alright, you're all set. Nope.
Am I the... Ah! Oh my god, that was so creepy. Ah! Fuck, oh my god, even that gave me some fucking EBGBs. Am I though? Like, ah! Oh fuck, even just repeating that just made me feel fucking weird. Like, yeah, like, go away. Like, you take the receipt or don't and leave. Like, go, dude. Oh my god. Oh, this is so creepy. I feel so bad for her, bro. I really do. Like, I'd buy her lunch or some shit. I don't even know, bro. Like, I mean, like, I feel bad for her. It's like, you know what? Here's $10. Buy yourself some lunch. I feel bad for you. Like, if I was in line waiting to check out whatever the fuck I'm checking out, I'll give her a $10 tip, be like, here's something for lunch. Like, I feel bad for that weirdo trying to hit you up. I'm sorry that had to happen to you. You know, have lunch on the house, you know, on me, you know, or whatever the fuck. I feel bad for you, you know, girl. Like, that shit sucked. That was creepy. That was cringe. That sucks. That was horrible. Like, I just want to give her, like, an exceptional tip just to have to suffer with this fucking weirdo, bro. Like, I mean, you know, like, goddamn. Oh, man, I feel fucking weirded out by this. And we're just watching the video. And I'm creeped out by this shit. It's like, goddamn, dude. I can't even imagine how she feels being subjected to it in person. Fuck. I think I see why the male loneliness issue is a problem, because if, like, a lot of these dudes who happen to, like, crow about that act like this, maybe they need to really reflect in the mirror. A lot. Because, goddamn, bro. This revolver says yes.
Am I though? Yeah, you're. Am I though?
Oh my.
Yeah, the revolver says so.
Oh, how pathetic. Am I?
Oh my god. Oh.
That'll break the ice.
Holy fuck, man. Dude, when Paul said these are the craziest videos, I didn't realize that one of them would be so creepy.
Yeah, because you know what? She's going to be sitting there.
I guess there wasn't that many videos. Was most of it just this? Because, like, it's like 4:52 on the, you know, stream-wise. You know, obviously, you know, like, the segment started, you know, wherever the fuck. I don't even know when. But, like, it's like from there, it's like, what, like 16, like, there's 16 minutes of the shit. And, at least this is one of the videos. I hope this isn't that, like, this really isn't, like, the majority of it, because, oh my god, this is so, yeah, this is, I thought you meant fun, crazy, not disturbing. Yeah, like, honestly, I didn't think it, I mean, dude, the dog jumping 5 stories, you know, from, like, some abandoned, not constructed building or some shit, that was some crazy, fun, crazy shit, in the sense that the dog was fine, you know, happy ending. This is disturbing. Like, this is disturbing crazy. Like, this is like, you know, like, I feel like you would see this on, like, some true crime YouTube channel that's, like, a 2-hour-long video discussing how this guy, like, tortured and murdered, like, 3 women or some shit, bro. And this is, like, one of the victims that, like, skirted the line and was able to escape and barely made it. You know what I mean? Like, she just held firm and didn't, you know, break. And it's like one of the videos that you get to see, you know, when it comes to this, like, tactics or some shit, bro. Like, it just feels like that. It's like, like, why does this guy feel like another Jeffrey Dahmer in the making? Probably because he is. You know, that's a rhetorical. Because, you know what? It's probably because he is.
By you, like. And then
Got it.
Conversation.
And he's going to say, am I though? And she's gonna be like, ooh, you're witty.
He was dead in the water when the first question shown here is, well, basically like, are you in high school? It's like,
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's
like,
on the
"Ooh,
prowl for an underage girl, clearly.
You in high school,
Yeah, he is.
sweetheart? No? Oh, God.
Oh, you're 19? Close enough.
Where's your college at? I'd love to come visit you sometime.
Honestly, for me, you know what would be close enough age-wise? If you're like 2 months away from being 21. If you're 20 and you're like that close to being 21, I'll make an exception. Like, I mean, that is about as like minimal it will ever get for me. Because, like, I mean, which means I'm cutting off even some adults, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, what would be considered, at least in the age range of, like, you know, acceptability for me to, like, you know, really have, like, you know, a partnership, or at least, you know, maybe potentially a sexual partnership with. Because, like, at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, like I said, like, if we can't, like, go to, like, a karaoke bar or some shit, or, like, go to a concert that might be 21 and over, because sometimes the venue can be dumb like that sometimes. Honestly, now that I'm like 21 and over, I kind of appreciate the 21 and over shows. It's just easier to like, like, I don't know, like, it's a little easier to just like chat with people and be, chilling, and I guess not have to worry about this in a sense of like, oh shit, you're 18, never mind. Like, don't have to worry about that as much. So, I mean, I guess now that I'm over 21, I kind of have an appreciation for 21 and over shows at this point. Because, I mean, the all ages shows that I have been to, it's not that, like, they don't suck, but it's just, like, the logistics kind of suck, and it's kind of annoying. And, like, at least for me. So, so for, like, when it comes to just, like, random shit like that, like, I mean, it becomes a major roadblock, because now my potential partner, who might be, like, 18, 19, or 20, or whatever the fuck, they can't go to the things that I might do. Like, like a 21 over show. Like, I want to go to a concert, but it's literally 21 and over. That's just how it is. And, it's not, I can't do nothing about it. Like, I could buy a ticket and go to the show, or just say fuck it and not go to the show. Or, just abandon my partner for a day and be like, oh, I'm going to a concert, I'll see you tonight, or something. Like, I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of a block, where it's like, they can't do, some of the shit that I might, that I might be able to do. And, and if anything, I just think it kind of sucks for them more so than me, like, because I would want to bring them along, but they're not of age, basically. And that's kind of the problem. They might still be an adult, but they, wouldn't be able to go to, like, a concert, that I might want to go to, that I might have a ticket for, or some shit like that, literally because it's a 21 and over venue, or at least, 21 and over, like, concert or some shit. And the thing is, like, most people don't drink at the shows, and even I don't really all the time. I might have, like, one or two, but, like, I mean, when I go to those, that ain't my forte. I just want to fucking, just fucking vibe to to a concert. So, like, I mean, that's, for the most part, like, my forte, whether it's 21 over or not, so, but, like I said, just because of shit like that prohibits, like, a lot of potential of, like, having, like, a date or something like that, like, going to a show or something, because if they're 19, then that's not a date. I'm gonna go by myself, and it's, especially if I have a partner, it's gonna kind of suck, because I want them to go along with me, and that wouldn't be able to be a thing that would be compatible. And it sucks, I mean, but that, that's kind of just how it goes sometimes. I mean, and I wish it wasn't the case, honestly. But that's why, at least for me, like, I wouldn't even bother, with something like this. Like, I mean, she seems like, a pretty cool person. I mean, she seems like, she probably goes to concerts and stuff like that, but she's 19, so it's like, whatever. And the fact that this dude, in the most, like, poorest way possible, is trying to, like, flirt with her, it's just even more cringe. It's like, I mean, it'd be one thing if, like, I tried, because I even said, like, how would I do it? I basically would just make it, the equivalent of, like, some small talk. I'd be, like, friendly about it, maybe a little bit more than I normally would, but at the end of the day, I literally would just be essentially just friendly with her. And just be like, hey, you like, you like this band and stuff, because, or some shit like that. If he's buying stickers, I'm assuming, like, this shop probably might have, like, band stickers or something and shit like that. At least maybe a few. So it's like, I mean, there's an easy way to have, like, a quick little, like, fun little small talk convo with her. But, like, how in the fuck he's doing it is, especially with how, like, the video started with the initial, like, are you still in high school? Like, I mean, it's, fuck, dude. It's like, this is nowhere near how you fucking, like, try to woo anybody of any age. It's like, ugh. It's like, what the fuck? It's just bad all around. And as he said, disturbing.
Weirdo, dude.
But I'm a creep.
I'm a weirdo. And I'm a freak.
Yeah, a 19-year-old that doesn't have social media. That was a.
I mean, I can at least agree with what she said there. Sometimes social media does bring bad vibes out of people. And you know what? Yeah, it does. Probably because of weird social media that the dude trying to flirt with her, is involved with, is probably toxic and gross as fuck, and probably is actually a detriment, to any opportunity that he has to, like, get a level up, basically. When it comes to, like, having a date or anything. It's like, I mean, he's probably, like, literally just, like, some minimum wage McDonald's worker dude who probably goes on, like, 4chan looking at, like, the incel forum or some shit and thinks, like, whatever weird, like, tips and advice or some shit, spewed there is basically, like, how he should do it. And he's using that. And, hey, guess what? Wow, shocker, it don't fucking work. It's like, wow, go fucking figure. Who would have thought?
Well, sure. But, dude, just take a fucking hint.
She is fucking done, dude.
That's a look of just, like, leave me the fuck alone. That's a total, like, if I wasn't gonna lose my job for telling you to go fuck yourself and get the fuck out of here, just a look of just, like, total revulsion.
It really is. Like, honestly, like, dude, I can't even tell you how many times, like, some of my female coworkers specifically have complained about, like, mostly older men that would, like, try to do small talk or even try to be flirtatious with them and shit. And it's like, and honestly, I kind of feel bad for them. It's like, because I never get that shit. And obviously, duh, I'm a dude. But, like, I mean, I can only imagine, like, it's like, how they must feel in a way. Because, like, what the fuck? I mean, like, you're just trying to do your job because you're just trying to earn your fucking income because you only have the job because you're trying to, make some sort of a fucking wage to survive. And you get, like, some weirdo trying to, like, be like, hey there, pretty lady. It's like, man, that's like the last fucking thing I want. Actually, funny enough, like, I mean, I will get this shit sometimes. Like, the last time I had it, like, weirdly enough, like, an old dude be like, oh, well, thank you, darling, and say that to me, and I was just like, please don't say darling to me. Like, I mean, I was like, what the fuck? I was just like, I was, like, a little weirded out. I mean, not to the point where I was, like, repulsed, but just, like, why did this old man just call me darling? Like, I was just, like, weirded out. And it kind of stuck in me for a second. I was like, what the fuck? I was just like, why? You weirdo? What are you doing? Like, what the fuck? I ain't your darling. Like, what? It was just so fucking weird. I don't like small talk as a guy. I just try to get on my walk and not listen to your life story. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of the same way for the most part, especially if I'm, like, on the clock. But, I mean, there's, like, some regulars that, or, like, some people, like, that I'll make the exception for and shit. But, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm just there trying to, like, make an income so I can live. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't there trying to be your friend. Like, I mean, if I've seen you so many times and you're there, like, pretty much, like, every fucking day and I serve you pretty much every time. I mean, like I said, there's, like, exceptions. Like, there's, people who are regulars that, like, I'll have some small talk with for sure. But, like, for the most part, I just want to get my shit done, and I want to get the fuck out of there, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, when I clock on, I'm just like, alright, what's the game plan to get the fuck out of here as soon as possible? Like, that is, like, pretty much the first thing that I'm thinking about. You know, I'll, like, do a quick, you know, walkthrough of, like, you know, the department, see what, you know, how things are, see if there's anything in the warmer, see if shit's, like, in the, you know, like, you know, how the fires look, you know, how the oven's looking, all that shit. I'll do a quick little walkthrough and stuff like that and be like, alright, you know, and just kind of get an idea what the game plan should be for the rest of the night. And I'm like, alright, how can I get all this shit done as soon as possible so I can get the fuck out of here as quick as possible? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to be there that long. I don't want to be there all fucking night. You know, it's like, I mean, I only want to be there about as long as I need to in order to, like, you know, make enough of an income to survive. Yeah, and to live somewhat comfortably. You know, like, that's about as far as I, you know, push it. Like, I mean, honestly, because, like, I mean, anything beyond that, ugh, fuck that. No. See if it works when you give clear conversation enders and you still find a way to keep going. Like, dude, like, I mean, that's basically the Midwest, like, you know, conversation ender. It's like you try to end a conversation, but you end up basically doing another topic and another conversation for, like, another hour and a half. That's basically like the Midwest goodbye. Like, I mean, you're trying to say goodbye and you have, like, you know, a way to try to do a conversation ender, but you basically literally, like, end up talking with that same person for like an hour and a half because he's want to tell you another life story or some shit. Like, it's basically the Midwest goodbye. I know what you're talking about, and it transcends, you know, the Midwest. I mean, it's nicknamed the Midwest goodbye for a reason because the Midwest is known for it a lot, with like Wisconsin, Michigan, places like that. But like, fuck, bro, holy shit, it's transcended. Because there are some motherfuckers that, yeah, like, you know, like this guy with this video here. Like, they don't get the hint and just, like, wrap it up and just, like, go on your merry business. Like, some people just don't get the fucking hint. And it's like, bruh, what the fuck? It's like, you don't get the goddamn hint? What was I saw about me? Get finished on my mug before it gets too late. Oh, my sister was late for her surprise party. Did I ever tell you about my sister? Like, you know, like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then, you know, it literally ends up being like another hour conversation. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. The Midwest goodbye. God damn it. Yep. Bro, what's up, Fred Durst Drew? My dude, my G, my boy. How be? You let me know if you got like a free Friday or Saturday or some shit. In the sense that you may low-key spend night over here. Because, like, you and I need to have a karaoke night or some shit, dude. You need to see me, like, you know, rock out some karaoke. If not, you definitely need to tune in on one of the streams where I'm streaming at the bar doing that. Gonna do that again later this week. I don't know when. Friday or Saturday, one of those 2 days. Duet. I'm trying to make my friend Tyler learn a song so we can do a duet. Like, cause there's a song that I want to do, but it works a little better as a duet. And it's a Hallelujah by Nanowar Steel. And it works a little better as a duet, so I mean it works fine, you know, as a single you know, singer, but it works a little better as a duet though. I mean, so I want to see if he can learn the song so he can be kind of like the backing vocals and I could be the main vocals and stuff. So I want to see if, like, he'll learn it. Like, because he knows it a little bit. But I told him the last time him and I were hanging out, like, yo, we should do this as, like, a duet. And before he did, they did the last call and shit. So, you know, like, last time we were hanging out at doing karaoke, like, we didn't get a chance to. But the next time him and I get together, I want to do that as a duet. I'm going to make him practice it a little bit. It's like, yo, it's karaoke. Find it. Look at the back of tracks. And learn that shit, bruh. Because, I mean, you know, because honestly, like, with his, higher octave, like, archipelagos and stuff like that, and, you know, with my, like, kind of more lead style a little bit, like, I mean, it would work. He just needs to learn it a little bit. Because I guess he needs to perfect it. He just can't wing it right off the bat like I will sometimes. Because I've, done some karaoke's over at that bar, for the first time over there before I even done them here and shit. And it's just like, I mean, it's like, bruh. Like, if I can wing some shit and nail that motherfucker, then it's like, I mean, you can't too, son of you bastard. And in fact, you got the ear like, he has more of an ear for it than I do. Like, he can literally, like, with a guitar, figure out a goddamn lick, basically listening to it, like, 1 or 2 times over. And it's like, what, you can't do the same thing for vocals? It's like, come on, like, it's like, a part of me don't even want to hear that shit out of him. It's like, I know you can fucking be able to wing it and make it work. It's like, because if you can do that with guitar, you can do that with your fucking voice. It's like, because he has the ear for it, so it's like, I know he could. I will not know for a bit. Well, if not, at least, you'll be able to, like, check out a strain that I might do. Because, I mean, there's like I said, a strong likelihood I probably will. And if I do, it's probably going to be one of the nights that I get my tab paid for. So, I might be even a little extra loosey-goosey and fun. You know what? Especially for karaoke and for, like, a little bar stream, I think it's perfect, for the exception. What weird ass noise was that, bro? Just made like a weird little like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Made like the most weirdest little noise. Like, what the fuck? Little goof. Watch Terrifier 2. Nice. I still need to watch both of them. So, don't spoil it.
That's what happens when you tell dudes to be confident and add no additional advice. I mean, he doesn't even come across as confident, though. Yeah, it comes across... There's, like, a difference between confident and, like, desperate.
There definitely is.
Desperation. Well, number one...
I'd argue that, like... I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but it's like... I mean, I'd argue that I would have, like, confidence, where this dude's just fucking desperate as shit, bro. I mean, at least in my opinion, like, because, like, having confidence doesn't necessarily mean you have to, like, flirt with every fucking person that you think is attractive or some shit, right? Like, you just are who you are. And that's just how I present myself. Like, I just, I just present, like, hey, this is who I am, like, take it or leave it, basically. And, and the thing is, like, I mean, like, there are definitely, people that, take interest in that, and I'll literally be like, hey, I'm like, not, feeling it just because, like, it's not my main priority, for one, and for two, like, it's, sometimes I'm just not, feeling it. Like, honestly, when I go to, like, a public event, or, like, some, like a karaoke bar or some shit, like, or whatever the fuck, like, it's not really, like, the main thing I'm thinking of in my mind. So when, people offer that up, or, like, hit me up or some shit in that way, like in a flirtatious manner, I just, I don't really jump on it, because it's just, like I said, it's not my main priority, and for two, it's like, I mean, it's something that I'm just, not at least interested in the meantime. It's like, like I'm interested in it, but, and that time will certainly come for me where it's more of a priority. But, like, it's one of those things where, like, when you have the confidence in yourself, at least in that way, and realize, like, hey, I need to have certain priorities in mind, then sometimes, hey, the whole, like, flirtatious, like, let me have, like, a little fun or something like that, like, it's not the biggest priority. If it happens, and if it just, like, literally falls on your fucking lap or some shit, then whatever. I can dog on that. Like, I'll accept that, too. But, like, I mean, just, somebody being a little flirtatious here and there, and it's like, hey, I'll do that a little bit back, but, for the most part, we're just buddies. Unless they decide to actively pursue it even further. Like, I mean, because, like I said, I just have a little bit of a different priority, mindset. And honestly, the weird thing is, too, like, I mean, some people that have, like, this hyper, like, I mean, kind of fixation on, like, this, on these kind of issues, might think, like, someone like me, for example, or, like, somehow, like, secretly, like, an incel, or, like, secretly, like, got problems and just, are trying to, like, downplay it or deflect in some way. And it's like, no. Like, I mean, maybe for some people, but for people that generally, like, like me, for example, that honestly got, like, a sense of confidence, sense of, like, a security on their shoulders, at least enough to, put themselves out there a little bit, but recognize that, like, hey, I know this isn't, like, going to be compatible at the moment, when it comes to having a partner or some shit, that, like, that's not, like, deflecting, the idea that, like, oh, I'm, like, it's like, no, that just means that person has, like, different priorities in mind, and then that's one, for one, that's totally okay, and for two, they're like, if you think that person somehow, like, secretly, like, an incel or some shit, does that really say more about you than that person? I mean, because I've gotten that a couple times before. Like, not all the time, but, like, I mean, I've talked to a couple people that are certainly a lot more invested in the manosphere / like, incel shit a little bit. And I've gotten that before. And it's like, huh? And then I'll think, like, and I would literally think, like, where do you come to a conclusion to that? Like, to me, I get kind of confused sometimes with that. It's like, huh? It's like, how? Like, I mean, it's like, at least for me, it's like, if I'm an incel, I would literally be like, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, when it goes to, like, the karaoke bar, or, like, hanging out with the boys and shit like that. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be doing things like that. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be put myself out there, like, I mean, or at least, in a very casual way that I'm doing, that just wouldn't be a thing. So, like, so how in the fuck would I? It makes no sense. And I ain't the only motherfucker that, is, like, feeling this way as well. When it comes to, like, hey, I'm single, but, hey, ready to mingle a little bit here and there a little bit, but I got some other priorities where, I'm focusing on. Like, I mean, there's so many people like that. I mean, honestly, I probably argue that a lot of young people are probably honestly like that, for the most part. I mean, and there's certainly, a struggle when it comes to, the intimacy / partnership aspect of things, for sure. I mean, I ain't gonna deny that's a fucking thing, that just doesn't exist, I mean, because it does. But I just think, because, I mean, I think a reason why maybe a part of that is there, that I probably haven't thought about before, but, like, thinking about it now, like, I mean, I think at least in some part, at least, maybe some of it's just because there are a lot of young people out there that just are trying to make sure that they're stable in a sense that they could afford, having that, relationship and shit. Like, but, when it's pretty much a very unattainable goal, it becomes almost like a reciprocal cycle where, you really can't get to that point because you're always trying to reach that comfortable stasis of, like, hey, I can at least now afford this for myself, but now also for somebody else, here and there, for, like, that date or some shit, like, I mean, a lot of it just kind of comes down rooted, I mean, it's the old thing that I always rant about, but, like, it always comes down to our paradigm being so hyper fixated on, pushing, the underclass further and further down, and make sure that, the executives and, like, capital owners and, the ones with wealth, are kept up to the very top. Like, I mean, it always comes down to that fucking root. Because, I mean, the less wealth and the less, money you have, the less opportunity and the less momentum you are able to have to potentially get a date, or potentially, like, at least have some level of comfortable sustainability for yourself to where, You know, you can have at least, you know, a little rainy day fund, or maybe like have like a little week vacation. Even if you don't really go somewhere, you can at least, you know, have a week to just like fuck it off and just like have a little fun or some shit. You know, maybe check out a park you haven't been to, or maybe, you know, check out some bars you never been to before, or some shit like that. You know, like, I mean, you know, there's like, you know, having just that little extra amount of income to where you can just be comfortable, you know, makes that much of a fucking difference. I mean, I've recognized it even for myself. Like, I mean, like, I've had my hours cut, and having it, you know, cut to a, you know, to the degree that it has, even though it's not that much, by like 5 hours, give or take, it has made my wages, you know, or at least on, or at least, you know, made my paycheck, at least on the weekly, from like $450-ish to like $370 to $390, depending on, you know, like when I get, you know, off work and shit like that. And it's like, and in some part, the reason why I'm like literally 0-0 for like, you know, money wise, outside of like, you know, bare minimal emergency fund shit, which I'll, you know, sometimes, you know, dip into occasionally, you know, when it comes to these circumstances. It's like I'm pretty much like got fucking nothing at this point. I mean, you know, it's like that's, and a lot of it's just because of the fact that, like, you know, the current paradigm as it is will always try to find a way to push the people of the underclass further and further down, whether it's, you know, via wage theft, cutting hours, or, you know, all sorts of random little shit like that, at least for the ones who are part of the working class. But those who aren't, like, it's, you know, about gutting their benefits, or gutting the welfare, or gutting, you know, entitlement programs, like when it comes to Social Security, or like, you know, food stamps, and or like the WIC program and shit like that. Like, I mean, you know, there's always something that is going to be, you know, fucked, you know, basically, in a way that, like, makes it that much fucking harder for, you know, the average person to just, like, be comfortable. I mean, let alone live and survive. Just be comfortable. You know, like, I mean, because everyone, you know, as far as I give a shit, you know, deserves to have the basic entitlement of being comfortable in their fucking life. You know, have a, you know, weekend where they feel a little comfortable, or they can, you know, be a little laissez-faire every now and then, occasionally. Maybe not every weekend, but at least every now and then. It's like everyone deserves, you know, that basic level of comfortability. And it's like, we don't get that. If anything, there's always an excuse to find a way to gut that shit and make it, you know, harder and harder to achieve. There's always like some excuse, you know, to try to make that the case. Not really as, you know, us, so to speak, you know, when it comes to, you know, the ones that, you know, suffer for that, but the ones that, you know, try to, like, you know, control that type of shit when it comes to, like, you know, our hours of what we have to work, or when it comes to, like, you know, the wages, or when it comes to, like, you know, the prices of what we have to buy, when it comes to things like, you know, groceries and shit like that. You know, like, I mean, you know, like, all this type of shit is, at least in the meantime, for the most part, not really in our control. And if we had it more in our control, then we would have more of an ability to live more comfortably, and live a lot more an ability to where we can actually achieve something positive for ourselves. I mean, yeah, like, I mean, having some more of direct control in, you know, in these metrics, whether it's like in our workplace, or, you know, where we live, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, things like a tenants union, for example, like, these type of things matter a lot. And especially when it comes to, like, you know, being able to have at least some fucking voice to be able to, like, give some basic sense of comfortability, or at the barest minimal survivability for people. Because if not, we get problems like dudes trying to hit up 19-year-olds thinking they're still in fucking high school or some shit. It's like, oh no. I mean, you know, it's like, like, guys, I see so many problems like this being so rooted in shit, like, you know, like, of what I'm talking about. And so many of these type of people don't, I mean, it's, maybe they might, like, kind of recognize it, but don't really truly realize that, like, taking more control in that, you know, whether directly or at least, you know, collectively, you know, is a benefit for them. But they don't realize this shit. And I guess, like, the scapegoat is, like, liberalism, or, like, you know, fascistic Nazism or whatever, depending on what political aisle you lean on. It's like, it's one or the other, basically. It's like, I mean, yeah, those things are, well, a thing. And depending, I guess, where you fall in the aisle, like, yeah, they're a problem. But, like, do you think maybe there's a root as to why those are a problem? Because I don't think those in itself are the issue. Like, yeah, you know, like, hardcore, like, far-right fascistic militarism and shit in the U.S. is a problem, but I think there's a root as to why that is a problem in itself. It's not the fact that it just simply exists, because, I mean, in a way, it kind of always will, but, like, I mean, there's a way to at least, you know, mend that and make it, you know, to where it's, like, an insignificant problem. And it's becoming more of an issue because, again, there's a root as to why these type of issues are being more exacerbated. I mean, it's because people, and really to the, you know, TLDR version, it's because people feel left behind. And they don't feel like they have a voice and the ability to, like, make themselves, at the very minimal, you know, the ability to survive. Or the ability to be comfortable, you know, when it comes to just living. And just, like, being able to just simply fucking exist. And if that's the situation, then it certainly makes sense as to why people, you know, get very radicalized, you know, in the positions that they do. Whether it's, like, far-right extremism, MGTOW, inceldom, like, when it comes to the video that we're talking about here, like, which, holy shit, I didn't realize that, like, we'd be going so in-depth over this one fucking clip. But, you know, or, like, you know, even with leftism and shit. At least, you know, with leftism or progressivism, I see a lot more validity to it. But, I mean, when it comes to, like, all these other things that definitely don't have a validity to it, I mean, whether, at least subjectively or even objectively, especially when it comes to, like, this more far-right extremism element of things, it's like, yeah, like, I mean, there really needs to be more of a voice saying, like, hey, there's, like, a root to what the fuck is going on, and there's an outcome that, you know, could be positive, and here's the solution to get there. Like, there really needs to be a lot more of a broader messaging, at least especially from progressive leftists, you know, to push that. And it just really hasn't been there as much. Like, there's definitely a lot of polarization, but not enough, I think, of, like, this genuine, like, message of trying to unify people. And not in a milquetoast, like, you know, big tent centrist bullshit way. I mean, in the sense of, like, you know, having people tap into, like, you know, the realization of, like, what the root issue is when it comes to, like, you know, their problems, and at least at the bare minimum figuring out how to tackle that. You know, instead of scapegoating trans people, immigrants, or Palestinians too, to a certain degree, I guess, because, like, apparently, like, the conspiracy that, like, there's Hamas sleeper cells in the U.S. is a thing now. So that's now a thing. So it's like, I mean, there's all sorts of, like, scapegoats, and it's like, none of these people are it, chief. Like, the motherfuckers that are pushing those scapegoats, at least in some part, are the fucking problem. I mean, it's like, it ain't, I mean, they're a symptom to it, but, you know, if you can at least realize that they're a part of it, you can start narrowing down who the real root of the issue is. Because someone pays those motherfuckers. And not just as someone, a lot of people, and a lot of organizations and companies and institutions and lobbyists pay for them. So, it's like, it all, at the end of the day, it all has a fucking root of where exactly, you know, the core of where this all fucking lies. And a lot of people don't want to see that aspect of it and realize the root of the actual issue. They see the surface level of the problems, and then will look at the red herring or the scapegoat or the deflection saying, like, oh, that's the issue. And it's like, no, it ain't. In fact, if anything, they're suffering from that just as much as you are, motherfucker. I mean, if it's maybe in a way even worse so. Like, if someone's, like, trans or, like, an immigrant or anything else, you know, or somebody else that's, like, heavily marginalized, I mean, they get fucked over more by our system more so than, you know, the weird, like, white chucklefuck conservative dork bag that, you know, might, you know, have a family that at least, you know, was somewhat privileged off of the system that, you know, they're raised in. I mean, it's like, shit. Like, I mean, in a way, the people that they scapegoat are, sometimes even worse off in the system, in comparison to the people that they try to sell that scapegoat to. Might be able to enter a house. And I already kind of did. And the thing is, a part of that is because, like, our parents were, like, the last generation that were able to afford shit like that. Which is a fucked up fact of what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, like, a lot of the root of this whole issue I'm talking about, is a part of the world of why, our generation and people who are, especially who are younger, can't afford what we have. Because I am certainly privileged in the fact that I technically own some fucking land and a home. I mean, it's not in my name yet, so to speak, but it's going to immediately be inherited to me when my parents are dead. So it's like, at the end of the day, this is my house. Like, where I live is my home. Like, it's mine. And that's a privilege that people my age just don't have anymore. And that's part of what I'm talking about. I mean, it's like, I at least have some basic level of comfortability knowing that at least I have some land, whether I sell it and be able to maybe get something a little smaller or equivalent, or some shit, or just keep it, I have something. But, like, anyone my age group right now, like, they're either, like, fucking living in fucking RVs, couch surfing, bunking up with, like, a bunch of friends or strangers at, some small-ass apartment. Like, I mean, so many of my fucking friends are, like, in the probably, like, worst-case scenarios almost. Or at least, okay. And, like, I'm probably, at least when it comes to having a roof over my head, in the best scenario I can be in. And I'm privileged for it. I recognize the fact that it's a privilege. I mean, for my, for who I am and for my age and shit. I mean, especially considering, people in my age group. And, like, and I'll even tell people that. It's like, like, and tell them why. Because, like, my parents grew up in an age where both of them, I mean, eventually my mom had her own, photography business. But before she was doing that, she was literally doing retail work like I was. And guess what? It was unionized. Like, and she also had, unionized retail work and shit. And honestly, the shit she's told me when she was in retail versus how I am in retail now, like, it's a night and day fucking difference. Like, she actually went to, like, a store that was specifically meant to, like, train new people and stuff, where she was, like, there specifically for, like, training stuff, where she would take classes and shit like that. And then, once she did all that, she was hired at a store, and all that shit. Like, so, like, I mean, I never got that. I was thrown to the fucking wolves after I, like, got some computer training. You know what I mean? It's like, that's all I got. And now, that was 8 years ago. Nowadays, it's so bad where, like, if you get hired, you basically get the basic rundown from the computer training stuff, like, honestly, less so than even I did, and you're just there to hopefully fucking figure it out. I mean, basically. Like, I mean, you're just, like, kind of thrown there and just like, alright, enough, good luck. I mean, and whatever computer training you get does not prepare you for what, like, the actual, like, on the ground, like, like, floor, work is. Like, it doesn't. It just literally doesn't. So, it's even worse now. I mean, so... I mean, like, it really shows, like, how much, like, that paradigm has changed. Because, like, when my mom was doing this type of work before she had her own photography business, like, she was almost, pretty much doing relatively the same stuff that I was doing, and was able to afford, enough money and save up enough money to start a fucking business. Like, I mean, I could barely afford the fucking rent half the time with my shit. And she started a fucking business with, like, her wages back then. And that was, like, the 80s. Or, well, she was born in the late 50s, like, 50... I forgot exactly, I think 56 or some shit. She's actually pretty fucking old. But, so, actually, for her, it would be just fucking 70s. It would be during the 70s. Pre-Reagan era. like, in pre-Reagan era, like, unions were actually strong. Like, most of the workforce in the U.S. was pretty unionized and actually had, like, strong, like, protections for workers. Like, and basically, you know, during the Reagan era, that's when she started to kind of get into her photography business. But at that point, she was able to afford that. Pre-Reagan era, before Reagan put a lot of his policies in place. And the only reason why she loves him so much is because of his Christian bullshit. Because he was such a Christian, fascist, nationalist piece of shit. So, I mean, you know, she has fond memories of him, but literally mostly because of that shit. I don't think she realizes, like, what she grew up with, he fucking gutted and destroyed and murdered all of it. You know, and made it fucking, at this point, impossible for someone like me to get what she got. And my dad, like, you know, he used to work even for the fucking Portland, like, Parks and Recreation Services. Like, he used to work for the city, you know, here in Portland, during the 90s. And, you know, and there's a, you know, and prior to that, he used to work at a unionized oil rig for a little while. And he even told me some pretty crazy fucking stories about, like, how they would try to cover up, you know, like, problems or, like, mistakes or straight up fucking disasters. Like, there was a oil spill at one point, and him and a bunch of other people were, you know, assigned to help clean up the mess. And they were literally given a bunch of fucking, like, you know, artificial grass, and that was basically it. And, I mean, and they were essentially, like, you know, taken to the site and, like, basically told to just, like, roll all this fucking grass over it. And my dad, like, you know, noticed, like, some abandoned pole, like, while he was on site, you know, during the day, or at least one of the days it was there. And decided to look at this big pool of, like, oil and shit and be like, how deep does this go? And this pipe that he had, like, that he found was, like, fucking, like, 10 feet or some shit. And he just, like, you know, poked it in the fucking, you know, pool of oil, and it just kept going and going, and he let go, and it literally just went all the way down and submerged. Like, there's literally, like, pools of oil, like, in this area in Montana, like, that was over fucking 10 feet deep. And it's like, they were told to basically just, like, put grass over it. Not completely clean it up, just cover it up. Literally cover it up. Like, and he tried to, like, raise some flags, and he was, like, shocker, reprimanded for it. Like, not in the sense, like, his wages or, like, you know, his hours or anything was cut. He was just pulled off, you know, the cleanup crew. Like, you know, he was just taken off of that and, you know, moved somewhere else. You know, like, back to the oil work site or whatever the fuck. Like, you know, he was moved somewhere else, basically. Because, you know, he was seen as kind of a liability because he, you know, frankly, could have been a fucking whistleblower. And, you know, I don't know why he didn't. Like, I mean, you know, there's a part of me that kind of thinks, like, dude, you could have been a fucking whistleblower for, like, some pretty crazy shit. And you probably could have sued or did something, and, you know, you could have made some crazy fucking bank or some shit. I mean, you know, so, like, and funny enough, like, that's the same oil company and the same oil facility that my granddad worked at. So, like, Poppy, you know, like Grandpappy, like Daddy, I guess. I mean, so, you know, they both worked there and shit, and, you know, for different job positions, but nonetheless, you know, it's like, and also for different tenures. Like, you know, by the time my dad was working there, like, you know, my granddad was starting to work for Remax for real estate and shit, so, you know, so by that point, you know, he moved on, so it wasn't, like, pure nepotism, I guess. I suppose, I mean, it was in a sense that it was just like easy, high-wage job for my dad at the time. So, and because his dad, you know, was, you know, a former worker there, I guess it was, you know, I guess easy in that way. So I guess there was nepotism in that sense. But, I mean, it wasn't like in the literal sense like, you know, my granddad was like some executive there. Like, they were both blue-collar, like, you know, factory worker types, basically. Like, actually, there was a time where my granddad was one of the few workers that had to kind of like maintain the factory a little bit, or like the refinery, while there was a strike going on for the local union at the time over there. And there was a few times where he literally had to like sneak out in like some fucking ditch, like, you know, right outside the strike lines, and while his wife was like, you know, parked on the side of the fucking freeway or some shit, he would like crawl in like this ditch full of like fucking water and sewage water, whatever the fuck, and just like crawl and like spend a couple hours, you know, getting washed up and eating some dinner, hanging out with the kids for like 2 or 3 hours at like 10 at night or some shit. So like, I mean, there was like, you know, some weird ass, you know, little funny stories like that too, you know, that my dad remembers as well, you know, from back in the day. So, I mean, Billings honestly has, like, you know, its own labor history, you know, just from the anecdotal things I'm talking about. And, I mean, even with, like, you know, the problems with the company, because obviously there is a shitload. I mean, they're oil refinery. I mean, they're part of the fossil fuel industry. I mean, you know, fill in the blank, you know? Like, I mean, it's pretty obvious, so, like, they're gonna have problems. But, like, I mean, you know, despite that, though, like, even my dad growing up post-Reagan era, because he was 10 years younger than my mom, so he grew up in, as a child in the 70s, but as an adult in, like, the 80s and shit. So, like, he grew up kind of as an adult during the Reagan era a little bit. And, even he, you know, despite the shit that Reagan did, you know, like, was able to at least have some element of protections. I think, honestly, you know, again, Reagan brainwashed him, because, like, I mean, you know, with him firing all the not the ATF, the fucking ATC traffic controllers and shit, you know, when the major like airport like ATC union strike was going on during his presidency, like, he set a precedent by firing them all, because if the president can fire, you know, unionized workers striking, then that basically said to the companies, oh, if the president could do it, then, well, obviously we can. And that set a precedent. And a lot of his policies beyond that, too, you know, just, like, help enforce that. And it's what gutted so much of, like, you know, labor in this country, you know, from the 80s onward. I mean, Reagan is, like, the most biggest scumfuck, parasitical fuck that has ever existed, and nothing will ever change my mind. Like, honestly, like, how we are in our, like, why we are in the situation that we are now, from, like, Bush to fucking Trump, all the shit, especially from the conservative side of things, all comes from fucking Reagan. Like, I mean, I will fucking vehemently believe that Reagan is a root in many fucking forms. Like, at least one of the major trunks of the root of the tree that has, like, you know, like, caused a lot of the precedent that we have now. Like, the parasitical, disgusting, infected tree that we have that is America now, one of the major infected parasitical trunks of that is Reagan. Like, he's one of the main fucking reasons, and I genuinely believe this and vehemently believe it so, that he's one of the main reasons why we're in the precedent in the paradigm that we're in today. If he wasn't, you know, a president, like, at all, ever, like, I don't think we would be in the situation that we're in today. I mean, I dead fucking believe that shit. Like, I'll die on that fucking hill. What should have happened is a riot that never ended when Reagan fired strikers. I mean, you know, I don't disagree. I mean, like, when, you know, those ATC workers all realized they got fired, one, they should have kept the strikes going, and two, they should have stirred some shit up a little bit. Like, all of them, you know, or at least the ones who could, you know, should have all just marched right to DC and called for a mass general strike, and any worker that wants to walk out goes to fucking DC or the state capitol, or, like, you know, the closest, like form of, like, you know, federal government apparatus that they can get to, and occupy that shit. Like, I mean, or maybe not necessarily occupy, but just, like, you know, strike right outside. Have that fucking fat-ass picket line right outside the fucking, you know, White House. Have it right outside of fucking, like, every state capitol. Like, I mean, if that happens, like, during the 80s and shit, you know, after those, you know, workers realized, like, they fucking, were all fired while they were trying to strike for better wages, working, like hours and conditions and shit, for being air traffic controllers. Like, these are motherfuckers that control the traffic in the air, planes and shit. Making sure that, like, flights, are landing safely, taking off safely, are, departing and arriving on time, and making sure that aircraft are knowing where the fuck they are, and making sure that everything's confirmed, when it comes to, like, what planes are in the air, and, and all this other shit. Like, these are motherfuckers who have, like, a major necessity when it comes to transportation and travel. And Reagan's like, fuck them. They deserve to work more for less, and they deserve to have worse conditions, when it comes to the workplace. Fuck them. Like, that's how Reagan felt. That was his position. Fuck them. And risk, like, public safety. And funny enough, well, honestly, not funny enough, but, like, I mean, there's a lot of airline and aircraft disasters that happened during the 80s and 90s, and I wonder why. Could it be a precedent that Reagan might have set? Probably not. I mean, it got changed around really quick, like, during the, honestly, after, like, the 2000s, like, I mean, aircraft disasters are pretty rare. They still happen sometimes, but, I mean, it's more of, like, an exceptional case, more so than not. But during the 80s and 90s, it generally was kind of a weird, freaky problem. And no one gave a shit. See Reagan ordering National Guard to attack. Not to attack, but break up the strikes and shit. Yeah. Like, using them as basically, like, riot police or, like, strike breakers, certainly, because the National Guard has been used to break up union labor strikes before in the past. I mean, Blair Mountain, for example. Like, Blair Mountain, the only reason why that whole shit stopped, which that was literally a battle between the West Virginian sheriffs and police and Pinkertons and the whole shebang, but the only reason why that stopped was because the National Guard and Woodrow Wilson literally called those guys in to basically separate everybody. And a lot of the miners, during the Battle of Blair Mountain were also World War I veterans themselves. Not all of them, but a good fat chunk of them. And a lot of them were just like, I'm not going to shoot at, my brothers, that I fucking, fought with, and I was, like, side by side in the fucking trenches of World War I. I ain't going to shoot at them. Like, a lot of them just refused to, partake in it anymore. They're just like, I ain't going to shoot them. Like, I can recognize that guy over there. It's like, he was in my fucking regiment. Like, I ain't gonna shoot that guy. Like, I mean, a lot of, them, put down their arms because of that shit. And in a way, I suppose that probably was for the better, I guess, just considering it was like a literal fucking battle that was going on. I mean, that's a whole nother shebang versus just, like, a strike, Like, I mean, there was guns, there was death, there was a battle. There's skirmishes, like full-on gunfights and shit. Like, I mean, and aircraft were used, like chemical weapons, like bombs. Like, I mean, it was a fucking war, basically, a literal war. I mean, in the United States, between workers and fucking, the company bosses. It was insane. I mean, and, a lot of them, took that expertise, of being veterans of the First World War and, made that battle last and for the better. I mean, in a way, maybe not immediately, unfortunately, for a lot of them, but, like, they got their comeuppance. Like, I mean, because that shit was in court. Like, I mean, and the only reason why they won was because a lot of those Pinkertons and a lot of those, private company, like militia types, they made a lot of those makeshift chemical weapons and bombs from leftovers from the First World War. And some of them didn't blow up. A few of them were left, unexploded and shit. And those were literally used as evidence against the companies, during court, like in federal court. So, and there's photos, like there's actual photos of like, of those unexploded munitions in court, while they're, having their proceedings and shit. Like, I mean, it was a fucking insane, crazy time in American history. In the 20s, 1921. That's when it happened, and the trial lasted from then until, like, the fucking 30s. Like, it was a long fucking trial. I mean, I think, honestly, I think it took, FDR's administration to really actually, like, set the precedent and actually, finally get the victory those workers, were fighting for. But it took, like, a long, I guess, more of a symbolically bloody battle in court, on top of the actual blood that they were spilling, in Blair Mountain, in Logan County. If happened today's guardsmen would be declared traitors, Republicans would probably be court-martialed. And then depending on who's in charge, if the opponents or someone of loyals finishes off. I don't know. Like, I mean, look, I know Republicans and, especially Trump are, like, gung-ho about basically doing mass suppression of their opponents and shit. But the thing is, I don't know if, like, the governmental apparatus of the Republican Party is going to be like that. Their base, yeah. I mean, and I've honestly mentioned in the past, like, I don't really fear the Republican Party or the GOP that much. I fear their fucking base. I fear the people that vote for them. Like, because a lot of them are, generally kind of unhinged. And are TFGs. Like, there is a segment of them that are legitimately TFGs. And are just like, there's an element about them that just cannot be reasoned with. I mean, I want to, reach, to those that are able to be reasoned with and potentially, have a conversation with and shit. But, like, I mean, outside of them, there are a segment of, the far right that are just straight up too far gone. I mean, it's one of those things where I can recognize where it's like, yeah, there's, one wing of, like, conservatism and shit where there's possibility of being reasonable with them and shit, but there's also another level where they're not. They're just, I mean, there's a certain wing of them that are legit just so far gone that they just don't understand what the fuck reason is anymore. Organized are based in fashion militias that obey the party. Well, they already exist. All they have to really do, though, they already did. What do you think the Proud Boys are? Like Rose City Nationalists, Patriot Prayer, 3%ers? Like, I mean, they already exist. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, that's kind of my thing about it. Like, that's why I'm not, like, really, like, super oh no about, like, the Republicans and shit. Because a lot of, like, what is fear-mongering about them is already there. It's been there. It's existed. Or it has been implemented. Like, I mean, it's, something that's already there. It's like, what, it's like, do we have that short term of a memory? Like, I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, a lot of leftists seem to forget, like, these groups, these, like, especially when it comes to fascists and shit, like, they've been there. They've always existed. And they've always been like this. Like, I mean, is there something just that exceptionally different now in comparison to, like, in the past when they've been a thing? Because I don't really think there is. I mean, they're just, about as bloodthirsty militant as they are. They happen, I guess the main key difference is that they're vocal, way more vocal about it. And because of that, are more possibly likely to act on it, and there are definitely a lot of them that are willing to do so. So it's like, I mean, I guess that is probably the main difference, is that, like, some of them are more emboldened to, act out on top of just, like, spewing bullshit. But beyond that, it's like, they've never changed. Like, the far right and, like, the Republicans, at least, you know, when it comes to, like, the fascist wing of the Republican Party, like, they've never changed. They've always been like this. I mean, they've always have been. I mean, you know, it's just they happen to be a lot more vocal these days. But, I mean, in a way, does that mean that they're, like, that much more influential? I mean, I don't think so, but I definitely think they probably have a little bit more of a bump of influence considering the vocality. All various groups don't fight together. They're fighting over power right now. Well, leftists fight, you know, a lot. There's a lot of infighting within, you know, the left, too. But the thing is, I think a lot of that has subsided, mainly because of, like, the incursion, you know, in Gaza and stuff with, like, Israel and that shit geopolitically. And also because the Republicans are eating themselves alive right now a little bit. So it's kind of like a moment of respite where it's like, they're having an infighting problem like we do. Nice. You know, so, you know, like, that's going on, you know, so it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, I think, you know, despite whatever infighting the left does have, I think we kind of put that aside for now, just because there's, like, the right wing is doing it, you know, against themselves. And also there's just other shit where there is genuine, like, crossover regardless of, you know, leftist, you know, spectrum, I guess, like, where when it comes to, like, you know, the incursion in Israel and you know, in Palestine and stuff, like, I mean, pretty much 95% of leftists essentially agree that, like, Palestine, you know, needs to be a sovereign state and two-state solution should be a fucking thing and blah blah. Like, I mean, all that shit basically. I mean, that whole shebang. Phone the ball. I'm actually scared we might get Trump too. I mean, possibly. But the thing is, unless he doesn't start drafts, well, the thing is, something drastic might happen. I mean, you know, it's like, there's a lot of different things that were kind of like, you know, making me consider or not consider voting for him, and then this happens, which obviously is solidified I'm not. But at least, you know, for now, like, that means, like, there could be some crazy shit that happens where it's like, oh fuck, he just, like, clutched out of nowhere and was really based, you know, despite all this other shit. Like, here he is, you know, like, throwing out a fucking insane curveball that's actually good, like, in a very substantive way. Like, I mean, he could do some shit like that. So I'm willing to hold out for it, but, like, at this point, like, I ain't holding my fucking breath. Like, and I never was, honestly. But, like, I sure shit at this point. It's like, for every little good thing he does something that's, like, twice as worse. Like, literally simping for Israel. Like, honestly, that, like, I mean, he's gonna have to do a fuckload, you know, to be able to make up for that shit, at least in my opinion. At least for me. To me, that's fucking inexcusable. And the fact that even, you know, people like Vosh still are just like, no, you still will vote for him. It's like, fuck you, no I won't. You ain't telling me what to do. Like, as far as I'm concerned, no. Like, I mean, he's gotta fucking earn that shit. And as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't. And it's, if anything, has, like, avoided that at this point. There's only been a few things where he's, like, you know, like, you know, made that, you know, notch, you know, go closer to earn 4. But there's been way more shit that says, nope. And it's actually been the opposite. Especially with what's been going on lately. Of him sipping for Israel as far as he is. Because he actually could be a mitigator. He could, like, even if Israel's still going to do, like, a war crime here and there, like, and that should never happen in the first place, that motherfucker could step in and be like, no, we're drawing a line. Like, you ain't going to do, like, your little ground invasion. You're not going to do this. You ain't going to do that. And we're going to withhold, you know, shit. In fact, we might even fucking sanction you. We might start sanctioning you if you continue to advance in the way that you are. Like, I mean, you know, like, you know, we might even do a no-fly zone where we're going to have, you know, American aircraft, you know, 24/7 in the air. And if any Israeli aircraft, you know, is in the air, we're shooting it down. No questions asked. And no ifs, ands, and buts. Like, I mean, just immediate no-fly zone shit. Like, I mean, we can easily, like, you know, put the fucking, you know, like, gauntlet in the sand, but, fuck it. sympathy for Israel is just that much more important, I guess. Baron that America. This my pet project when Dad was alive. I want to keep that fight going to Aspen. Well, the thing is, like, it's gonna happen eventually with that. I mean, it's just one of those things where, I don't expect it from the Biden administration. That's just not gonna happen. I mean, they've been pretty open about that too as well. We're just like, nah, that's not a priority. We don't give a shit. Seeing what you could do to win my vote. Yeah. Here. You know what? We're skipping this. I think we've had enough of creepy incel talking to poor lady trying to work a job. What's this? My vote for Darth Vader again. What, now Palpatine?
Are you like DS?
Whoa! Oh, this is off. Yeah, drop that. That's always great. Excelente. Excelente caliente.
Brew fight is what I think it said.
Yeah, I mean,
How to stop a kangaroo fight?
sometimes they get a little rowdy, and humanity has to step in to protect these beautiful animals.
True. Kangaroos are awesome.
Right up to show me how big he is. He'll lean right back, and he'll use that tail as a spring, and he'll come forward. And here, what you can see. No, stop, come on, calm down. He's going to go down, and he'll come down, and that is the end of the conflict.
Oh my God! Is there gonna be some love making now?
Well, I mean, hey, I guess the conflict is over, isn't it? I guess all you have to do is just, like, literally kneel down and just, like, crouch, and they will crouch and just, chill. Kangaroos are just deer who did prison time and got jacked. Well, Australia is, originated as a penal colony. Outside of the Aborigines, I mean, they were the indigenous people that have been there way longer than, penal colony, white people. But, kangaroos are pretty much that, yeah.
Get it on.
They were that before the white people showed up being prisoners.
I think part 2 is how to fuck a kangaroo.
Yeah, unfortunately we did not. That's been truncated.
I mean, yeah, it looks like he is about to, kiss and make out with that kangaroo a little bit. I mean, it's one thing to, get, like, some loves and kisses, from a doggo. It's like, oh, you sweet little doggo, me. And it gives you some licks on the cheek or something. That's one thing. But then you get, like, that, where it's like, alright, we're doing some, like, lip-to-lip situation. It's like, okay, what's going on there? Red flag alert.
This says can't park there.
Can't park there.
No idea what that means.
It means that this person probably parked where they should not be parking.
Someone's going to stop somewhere they really shouldn't.
Yeah, this is a great spot to park. What are you guys talking about?
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my God. Dude, this person, like, stopped in the middle of a highway behind a fucking semi, and it had to, like, avoid it, and it oh my God, and it crashed anyway. Oh no. Oh no. Oh fuck me, dude. There's another one. Oh, there's another one right there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please tell me it turns into the other lane and it avoids this.
Total havoc.
No! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Destroyed the freeway.
Jack knifes the fucking...
And then gets away with it, too.
your bitch ass fucking was just like, I was gonna like kind of cruise my way into the exit I just missed. Oh my god, this person deserves jail time. Like, 10 years jail. Fuck you, you piece of shit, you scum. Oh my god. Oh my god. And you know what? Look, I'm sorry, but why does this look like, you know, it's probably like outside of like Shenzhen or some shit? Like, why do I feel like this is like in China or like Indonesia or some shit? Because I'm like, I see a lot of accidents when it comes to traffic, and sometimes it happens a lot in like different Asian countries. I'm just like, why? Is it just because there's just that many more people like in places like in China and shit, so thus there's more of a quantity of morons that should never drive? Because I think that just might be it. Because there's just more people that live there and shit. Like, there's more of a quantity of just dipshits. It's like, oh, great. Ugh. To this Homelander character. Oh, dude, the boys is fucking great.
I hate to be racist.
Feels like a Nazi, though. Well, Homelander is not a Nazi, but he does, you know, fuck a Nazi.
Somewhere in Asia, right? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't really tell. It could be European, could be Asian. I can't.
I feel like my race, the racist part of my brain is like, this is in Asia. She didn't like racism.
Well, you know what? I guess I had a racist part of my brain that was saying the same thing. So I guess me and TJ have a very similar racist part of our brain, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Asia, they cannot drive because they're Asian. I saw them stop in the middle of the...
Well, they can. It's just that you have, like, one fucking moron that doesn't, and cause, like, people that know how to drive to nearly kill themselves. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, you got one moron and plenty of people that are okay with driving, so I don't, you know, I don't think it's just, like, an absolute. Race farmer, I said Middle East. There's a lot of greenery here, dude. There's like shrubs. There's like some trees in the background. You got this shit. Like what said Middle East here? It even looks like it's like a gray, cloudy day. It looks drabby, dude. Like what made you think this is the fucking Middle East? Grass exists in some parts. Okay, bruh. Like, this is not the Middle East. Like, this could be Europe. I'll argue this might be Europe, Asia. I mean, this isn't America, because this does not look like American infrastructure. So, this is not the United States. But, it's probably like Europe or Asia or somewhere. Like, it's some country in one of those continents. Like, I mean, but it ain't no goddamn Middle East. Okay? I guess the Middle East isn't technically a continent. It's part of Asia, but you know what I mean. Okay? So, whatever. It doesn't look crumbling, so not America. Yeah! Yeah, the infrastructure is literally not collapsing before our eyes. So, yeah, it's not America. This infrastructure actually looks very well maintained. So, yes, this is not America.
I'm like...
I mean, I love how we can just tell. It's like, yeah, this isn't America. The infrastructure is too well maintained. It looks too good to be America. Oh my god. I mean, like, when... Oh my god, I love it. Holy shit.
This has to be in Asia. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I'm just gonna say gut hunch. This is probably like China. Okay, I'm sorry. That like my brace part of my brain, like TJ says this is like China or something. I mean, you know, like, hey, most people evidently most people in China can drive, but again, because they have way more people than like any country outside of India, you're gonna have morons and a quantity of them. Like this idiot. So, I think that's why we see more traffic accidents, I think. Because, like, there's a shitload of people that live there, and that means there's more of a quantity of idiots that should never drive, but yet are driving. So, I don't think the stereotype is the fact that, like, Asian people are bad driving. I think it's the fact that the quantity of the fact that there's so many of them out there, it means that there's just a quantity of idiots that should not drive. I think, you know, the percentile, you know, when it comes to, like, idiots who should never drive, when it comes to, like, how many people exist, I think it's relatively the same pretty much across the board, and I think it's here too. I mean, it's just one of those things where more people means more idiots on the road, and thus, we see a lot of videos like this, especially places like in Asia. So, I don't think it has to do with the fact that, like, Asia's a bad driver, because honestly, that really isn't true, especially from my experience. But, I mean, even for these videos, like, I mean, because a lot of, you know, the drivers that try to avoid these accidents are actually sometimes can be pretty good, you know, at driving. So if that's the case, then it's like, are like the crazy slick, like, badass drivers just happenstance, you know, or just when, like, those fucking you know, like, you know, when those bad drivers happen to be around? Because I don't think that's true. I don't think that's the case. That means it's 7 in the morning here. Go to bed, nar, ignar. You need to sleep, nar. Well, we can't, like, you know, check out, you know, some of these more crazy videos and just hang out for a little longer. Like, you can't tell me what to do. Fuck you. Fuck you. You can't tell me what to do.
That is probably China. Yep. That's why
You said it, not us.
Yeah, just casually, like, leaves, makes the illegal turn that they missed, and leaves after tipping over 2 fucking giant semis. Oh my god. Hey,
Well, at least they were unharmed. They were unharmed.
You guys know why Asians can't drive good?
Oh, no. Paul, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Who's this?
He did pretty much that joke.
There's a guy who's got his high off coffee, I guess.
Paul. Paul. Racism alert. I think TJ started it. But anyway, this guy is, like, literally high off coffee.
Yeah. Why not?
Hey, I mean, I could get high on coffee. How high can you get on coffee?
Turn the volume on. Yeah.
Wait, hold on, what?
Coffee, I guess?
Yeah. Why not?
The police arrested me for
Turn the
trespassing
volume on.
and locked me in a cell for 30 days.
Yeah.
I drink a month for the coffee in a day! He told me.
Okay, well, that's probably how you can literally be high on coffee. Drink a month's worth of coffee in a day? Oh my god. The most I have is like 400 milligrams of caffeine, the maximum, and that's if I really need it. Like, the coffee that, like, I drink, like, I always drink one, you know, usually. That's 200 milligrams, just for the one coffee that I normally drink, right? Like, you know, the one that I usually have for, like, the streams sometimes and shit. That's just, like, 200 mils right there for caffeine. Like, it's not a lot. Well, I guess it is for the small can that it is, but, I mean, it, you know, it gets the job done. And it gets me done for the rest of the day. Like, I mean, that's good for the day. And, you know, like I said, every now and then, like, you know, I might have, like, a genuine, like, hungover day, or I'm just, like, that out of it, or I'm just that tired. You know, sometimes I'll just be like, you know, fuck it, I need 2 of these bad boys. But, like, a month's worth of coffee! Like, dude, oh my god, how doesn't that make your heart, dude, how has his heart not exploded? Like, his heart's probably going like it's probably just like, you know, like going like 1,000,000 miles a minute, dude. Like, I mean, that heart's probably going like that's probably like, you know, how fast his heart rate's going. Like, holy shit.
Drank 40 days worth of instant coffee. He's been saving up the whole time he was in jail. Seems pretty hyper.
Hey, can I have some? Hey, can I have a soup?
Try to sleep it off.
One shot. All I need is one shot of coffee.
How you feeling?
This guy got so high off of coffee, he's like addicted to it like meth. Like he's literally zonked on coffee right now, and he's like, I just need a shot of coffee. I want some coffee. Like, oh my, dude, I don't even fiend for coffee this much. Like, look, sometimes I need a morning coffee. Like, I mean, I'll grant that. I'm like, but that's the thing is though, that's like most adults. Most adults are just like, hey, you know, I just need morning coffee to get me, you know, for the rest of the day or something. To, like, kind of get a pep in the step. Like, I mean, I'm literally like most adults here. But this motherfucker, like, you know, has so much coffee, he's basically zonked on it like it's fucking meth. Like, holy shit, dude. I can't even fucking fathom being that zonked on caffeine, bro. I mean, I don't even know. I couldn't even comprehend my brain on a month's worth of instant coffee in a day. I think that would actually kill me. I'm not even kidding. I think like having a month's worth of instant coffee would probably unironically kill me. I think I would literally die. Like my heart might literally give out. I'm not even kidding. Like, I mean, but this motherfucker somehow is like a mutant and just like can handle it, and it's just like zonked on it like it's meth or something. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, like, holy shit. Fat of Acid is S level episode. S tier level. Oh, are you talking about Rick and Morty? I mean, yeah, it's a good episode. And you know, Rick and Morty isn't like cringe these days. I mean, I think it's like the fandom, like the Rick and Morty fans, like the diehards, the hardliners. I think they're the ones who are like considered cringe these days. But just because you happen to like Rick and Morty and, you know, recognize it's a good show and stuff like that, I don't think that means it's like cringe. Like, I mean, like, I think it's the fandom that is, you know, the cringe ones. Because there's a lot of people who are like a part of the like the broader fandom of Rick and Morty that are just straight cringe. Just straight up cringe.
Stay away from the Colombian horse. I can't handle coffee.
Stay away from the Colombian horse? Whoa.
Okay, I can handle crystal meth.
Stop drinking the coffee, stop the meth. Stay out of
jail. I don't know
jail.
what the coffee's done. I keep my coffee on crack.
Anyone would think he's high on some illegal.
What? It's like, you know, it's like, I can't even handle this coffee shit. I don't know what this coffee did to me, but I can handle meth. I love that crystal, man. The crystal meth is going to do me good, but this coffee, man, you gotta avoid to call me horse, man. The coffee, you know, I don't even know what it done to me, man. It's funny to me. It's like, wait, what? It's like, holy shit, dude, like, that coffee fucked him up, bro. Like, holy shit. Man, I thought, you know what? I just kind of realized, I thought I was kind of a coffee fiend because I would drink it, like, every day. But, like, I mean, dude, like, I'm not even kidding, bro. This guy makes me think I don't even have any problem with coffee or caffeine or really any substance. This guy is making me feel confident that I'm just, like, a stone cold, like, I can, like, stop anything at any time, like, and be fine. Because, like, holy shit, dude, my God, like, this guy is so much. He's overloading my brain. Meth brewed coffee makes you jumpier than a motherfucker. Who puts meth in, for his coffee maker in his coffee? I mean, the thing is, though, this guy is literally just strictly high on coffee. Like, they mentioned here, they tested him for other substances, and he's just literally high on coffee.
The coffee, stop the meth. Stay out of
I don't know
jail.
what the coffee's done. I keep my coffee on crack.
Anyone would think he's high on some illegal drugs, but I confirmed it. He was in the Henderson jail. He really is just high on coffee.
There's no meth in his system. It's literally caffeine. He's just zonked on coffee. So, I would say that would probably likely be the case for him, but it's not. Not for him, at least. He's just like that zonked on coffee. So, you tell me, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, they literally drug tested him, and he's got, like, 8 kajillion, like, grams of caffeine just, like, coursing through his veins. So, I don't know.
He went to fucking jail for being high on coffee.
I mean, whatever, bro.
I guess if you take too much of it, fuck.
High on life, man. High on life.
He is high on life, bro.
Be careful with that coffee, I guess, huh?
Well, you know what, guys? We can relax now. A nice relaxing
Time
day.
for a nice, relaxing fishing expedition.
Crack open a few cold ones, TJ. Catch.
Get some cold ones. Do a little fishing. Gotta wind down after the crazy coffee guy.
Oh, that's like a nice one right there.
What's going on over here? I see something going on in the corner. What's happening? Oh shit, what's happening here? Oh no. What's going on? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit! Oh no. Oh no, this guy, like, is he even awake? Dude, wow. We kind of got an excellent frame, dude. I mean, it's kind of fucked, but it's an excellent one, though. Like, this is like the frame before he collides, dude. And, I think our boy is not even awake. I think he's straight up, like, out. I think he's just out, dude. And, I mean, I see kind of a gray blob, so is this like an old dude? Is this like an old man? Because, like, that looks like a bunch of, like, grayness, you know, where his head is. So I'm thinking, like, got a bunch of gray hair, so this is like an old dude that just, like, passed out and just, like, or some shit. Like, I mean, like, what happened here? And then, boom! And then he just, like, slams into that shit, dude. I mean, he probably woke up just to go right back to sleep, if you catch the drift. Just gonna put that out there. And then our guy fishing just, like, fell off, and now he's in the water.
Oh?
Looks like a jet ski.
Somebody just like
rams him.
passed out at the wheel or something?
Yeah, I think it was. Dude, and there was like that what the damn. You know what? This guy couldn't have been asleep because, like, he was just barreling, but then he, like, last second turns. Did you just, like, realize out of nowhere there's, like, a boat here? And then, boom.
Oh, no, dude. You see it, too. The person on the jet ski gets slammed by the boat they fucking hit.
Yeah, it looked like it, too.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you fucking...
I think I saw that, yeah.
You might be able to see it, the frame, too, where the fucking dude that's on the jet ski fucking eats shit.
I think that's a little too far.
Yeah, way too far.
Yeah, there.
Oh!
Oh, man, they...
Ooh, yep. Oh, you know what? I bet there's even... Whoa! That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. That's like hella way too far out. Okay, there we go.
That's about as American as apple pie. Oh, that's like a nice one right there.
Here, we'll get... If we were able to pause it right there at, like, that one frame, we could do it here. Oh, this is like the literal moment of impact. Oh, dude, that guy's leg probably got fucked, bro. Oh, shit. Because he hit the very front of the boat, like the very tip of it. Oh, dude, he fucked his leg up. Oh, dude. Oh, I honestly would not be surprised if that shit got, like, clipped off, dude. And then the boom. Oh, well, no, it didn't, but, oh, dude, oh, he got his whole, like, Bam! Dude, he got the whole side. Ooh. I feel that. I am feeling that right now, and oh, fuck. The amount of, like, broken ribs, probably, like, you know, a cracked pelvis, fucking, like, you know, busted up, like, you know, spinal cord. Oh, dude. Ow. Dude, okay, wow, dude, what a frame to pause on right here. Holy shit. Oof. Oh, that, man, that is the shot right there, dude. Like, oh, ow, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that hurt like a motherfucker, dude.
Yep. In fact, you can see him, like, ragdoll a little bit. Like, you can see his arm, like, because he, like, ragdolled and then, like, did this and, like, you know, fucking, like, flopped on, like, the front of the boat, basically. And then, like, probably fell in the water and, went back to sleep after he, inhaled a lot of water.
Nah, maybe it didn't.
Probably fucking drowned, bro. Oh my god, dude. Did we just witness a death? Is that what just happened?
Long.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope not, because if so, this is probably gonna get taken down, and Nuggets might also too by proxy.
Might have been a long time
Fuck.
to sleep.
Oh well, whatever.
What is this? Store clerk passes out, customers rob store instead of helping them.
Oh my god, really?
We talked earlier about the best of humanity, and well, that doesn't always happen.
Now we're about to see it in action.
Looks this guy.
audio.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Well, what? Like, you turn around and, like, you know, what, like, get him out of the store or something, and then he, like, fell and then bonked his head on the smart waters, and now he's just out.
Passes out. This guy's like, we're gonna run out of the store.
And they're, wait, oh my god, they all, like, were about to run out, but then they see him flop on the ground. All of them at once were like, wait a minute. Like, they all at the same time were like, oh shit, we have an opportunity.
Like, wait a minute, you dead? Motherfucker.
Did that motherfucker literally just, like, fucking swipe his pockets, like, immediately? Like, after, oh my, dude, wow. What a fuck, bro. What a shit. Like, look, if y'all, like, if that happened, and y'all decide to be like, you know what, let's, like, you know, grab, you know, some food or some extra shit, you know, from, like, you know, like, the shelves or something, I'd be like, okay, you know, whatever, you're a little opportunistic. But this, like, is beyond opportunistic. You're just being a piece of shit now, dude.
He just stripped his pockets right there.
He's like, you know what, let's rob this bitch.
Damn. It's our day.
Like, you motherfuckers could easily just be like, you know what, let's take some pastries, let's grab, like, some snacks over here or something. But no, you have to go the extra level, dude. You have to go the extra mile.
Yeah.
And be even worse than what you are. Wow.
Oh no.
He was going in for some smokes. Grabbed him a few cartons of smokes.
Gotta get some cigarette.
Oh, so now somebody else coming in.
Yeah, the other guy came back.
Faith in humanity is restored.
Trying to get in that register. Trying to figure out how to get in there. You
Oh,
got
you got in it.
I'll steal the money.
It ain't hard to get in on me.
Well, you grab some, I'll grab
Hey.
some. Anything underneath? Oh yeah, some cash there
You guys
too.
know you're on camera, right? I mean, like, how do you not know you're fucking on camera right now, dude?
Opportunists.
It's opportunist.
Yeah, greedy opportunists. That's literally what it is. Like, I mean, they don't give a fuck. I mean, if anything, I mean, the fact that they're not really paying attention to the cameras, it weirdly enough is kind of a benefit for them because their faces aren't directly looking at the cameras. So it makes it, I guess, slightly harder to overtly identify them. But they're still overtly visible on cameras. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, like, they're still going to be identified. But, you know, like, I guess the idea is, like, you know, as long as we don't pay attention to, like, the cameras directly, you know, maybe they won't, like, directly see our entire faces. I think that's probably the idea. But also, again, it's just opportunism. Where it's like, oh, shit, you know, it's like free opportunity to maybe grab some shit from the register and this and that, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? Fuck the wagey, because they'll just get punished for it anyway, so, lol. I mean, we won't get charged for it or anything. Like, it's probably that. What is your deal? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing, you little butt?
At the very least, like, I don't know.
Like, I can understand being a scumbag, but at least be smart about it, for fuck's sake.
And be a smart scumbag.
Like, you got.
I mean, yeah, for real. Be a smart scumbag piece of shit.
Totally gonna fuck.
It's one thing to be a scumbag piece of shit, but at least be smart and not like a total fucking cretin over it.
This, so I probably shouldn't.
This is how I imagine TJ and Corn Pop's relationship ending.
Oh shit! This is how Corn Pop kills me at last.
Oh shit! This is back on the 21st of okay, what was it? May. 21st of May, dude. Earlier this year.
Comes into his house. He's bringing in his giant fucking whatever
mini
the fuck
fridge.
that is.
Got big old mini fridge.
Collection. Jesse, look, I bought a fucking rolling case for our sex toys.
Cat walking in.
Corn Pop's just had enough of your bullshit. TJ's like, you know what, TJ? You're a fucking piece of shit. You've always mistreated me. Never fucking fed me when I wanted to be fed. I'm done with you.
Oh, uh-oh.
Cat doesn't like that thing. Yeah,
oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh no! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh shit, dude! That cat's a fucking psycho, bro.
It's up a shield. He's up on the table. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh shit! Dude, this cat's out for blood, bro.
Oh shit! No!
Oh shit! Oh no! Oh my god! Cat cannot be reasoned with. Oh shit!
It's gonna get out of there.
Yeah, get behind a closed door.
Yeah, get out of there! What are you doing? What are you doing just sitting there, you
What are you
fuck?
doing with that fucking
Get
trash
this useless
can?
bitch down to fucking hold that shit.
Go up these stairs and leave. Like, what is... Oh my god.
Get out. That cat's gunning for you, man.
Dude, that cat is out for blood. That cat is wanting your fucking heart. It's gonna sacrifice you like a fucking Mayan shaman or some shit, bro. Gonna carve your fucking heart out and cannibalize you like you deserve, probably. I don't know. Like, I mean, that cat was about to fuck you up, bro.
What that guy do to the cat? The cat fucking perceived... Like, he almost ran the cat over with that fucking big box he's putting in there. And the cat basically perceived it as like, this motherfucker's trying to kill me, so I'm gonna kill him first.
Yeah, basically kind of perceived, you know, the whole situation as a threat, and yeah.
Sounds like a cat.
Pretty much.
What the fuck?
That's how you and Corn Pop, that's what's gonna happen, dude. You're gonna end up...
Whoa, an octopus. Oh, shit.
Last but certainly not least, this shit. Whoa.
Whoa, dude. Octopus just doing his thing.
What a fucking alien, dude.
Fucking alien ass little thing. Dude, oh my god, look at that. What the fuck?
Here you go, Mr. Octopus.
Fingly Maglunov Cthulhu Relay Uber.
Uklak de tholak lak kuthu klukthru hangalotolata solak. Just saying, yeah, like, you gotta resurrect Cthulhu, bro. This is just one of his minions. Dude, this octopus is straight up recognizing that this is a way out. And this motherfucker is straight up just like, alright, I'm gonna move myself this way. Y'all gonna open this door, and I'm gonna just like yeet myself out. Like, this motherfucker is so intelligent and knows that shit. Hey, get your hand off this little guy, bro.
Cthulhu Fatagan.
Here you go, man. That way.
That's the way.
Octopus like, leave me alone.
I know, like, what the fuck? I would not want to be manhandled like this. I feel bad for this octopus. Our poor homie is just like getting literally manhandled and just like, just like, you know, jiggled around by like some weird meaty primate fucking ape hand. Like, I wouldn't want that shit.
I get better on this boat.
Yeah.
Doing?
Oh, I see. Never mind.
Yeah, don't put your hands on me. Don't give me the bum's rush.
Yeah, I'm gonna, get off this boat the way I want to, bitch. Because I'm an octopus. Like, I'm gonna leave how I want to. I want a ticket slow and low. Yeah, that's how I wanted to do.
Yeah, octopus is like, I'll leave when I'm goddamn well ready to leave, motherfucker.
Damn right.
Brian is an octopus.
And that, my friends,
Solid
is
alien
that.
reference, TJ. I caught that. I think it might have been unintentional because I don't remember making an aliens reference, but sure.
No, did he?
Nah, you made one. Even if you didn't, you did. You just gotta have to own up to it. I mean, you can't just, like, deny a reference when someone calls out that you did a reference. Even if you don't realize that you did it, you just gotta own it. Just be like, yeah, of course. Like, I mean, what, you think I'm, some uncultured swine? You just have to, like, you have to, like, challenge the other person, if anything. Be like, well, of course. I mean, I'm glad you did, because I'm not uncultured. And you aren't either, so good job. Like, yeah, if anyway, like, in a way, you have to, like, affirm it. Be like, oh, no, you actually did it. Excellent, you're cultured like me. Like, you just have to play it off. There ain't no way you can just, like, let your guard down and just, like, admit shit like that. I mean, come on, TJ. Sukov, what are you doing? Goober. Little goober. Can I help you? He's just giving me the cold stare right now. Wow. What a goober. But, anyway. I think at least I'll go for the rest of the lovely evening. Well, I guess technically morning it is like 5:30. But whatever. And it's a weekend, so who gives a shit? And it's solid anyway, so who gives a double shit? So, at least call it good for a lovely little fun evening. Go to bed an hour. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I'm gonna make myself some food first, bish. Because that's actually exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some food because I'm a little hungry and then I'm gonna be in a food coma. So, that's exactly what's gonna happen. So, ain't nothing you can do about that. How about that, bish? And also, I kind of need to clean off a little bit of some of my little makeup I kind of put on. I did a little basic shit. I just kind of like put a little bit of green on my face and a little red. Just kind of make myself look like, almost like a zombified pirate, basically. So, at least a little bit. I mean, there ain't really that much on there anyway. So, I mean, if anything, I wouldn't be surprised if most of it actually, like, rubbed off. All good huskies go to bed. All good huskies eat a fuckload of food. And, he's attacking his food bowl. So I'm assuming he also wants a little bit of food too. So, need to take care of that as well. Dramatic bish. Well, of course. I mean, I gotta be at least a little dramatic here. Just a little bit. I mean, Sukov has to be as well. So, but anyway, I'll at least call good for the rest of the lovely evening. And be back around for the next one and all that fun shit. So, of course, without ado, I shall now bid adieu. So, peace out, and I'll see y'all in the next one. So, toodaloo, and,